Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Whenever you're listening in, we appreciate you being here. This is the Public Figures Podcast, a podcast where three Nashville-based stand-up comedians talk about nonsense. My name is Aaron Weber, alongside my co-host Dusty Slay.
All right.
And Brian Bates.
Okay.
We're three professional comedians. We got some tour dates coming up. We're going to tell you about it very shortly. But before we do that, I want to introduce the first guest in the history of the Public Figures Podcast. She's a friend of ours. She lives here in Nashville. She's a touring stand-up comedian, one of the fastest rising comedians in the country, headlines, sells out comedy clubs all over the country. Everyone, please welcome Fiona Cauley.
All right.
That's everybody welcoming, huh?
Yeah.
Brian gently claps.
Yeah.
All right. Happy to have you here, Fiona. Thank you for stopping by.
I'm glad you are. Thank you.
yeah, I'm pumped to have you here.
We're all so pumped. We were giving you a moment to say something, and I didn't know. I thought you would be, we all go, all right, okay.
Yeah, I just smiled and forgot it was a podcast. I'm so
We all wanted you to be our first guest.
That sounds
We did.
sweet. I
Yeah.
appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we're pumped.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good episode. Thanks for coming in.
We like to start real hot and then kind of wind down after that.
It's 2 hours, you don't want to come in, too fast.
If you set the bar too high, you ever be having a really good set at the beginning and you know that you can't keep it up the whole time?
Yeah.
And you're like, I kind of just want to end early on a win. You ever have that?
Well, I sometimes want to have a bad joke that go, and then you can say, well, they can't all be good. And then you can say, I felt like this show was too hot and I needed to slow it down a bit.
So you just got some save lines ready.
I'm ready. Yeah. If sometimes and it has happened where it's going too good and it can't keep going like this. So you go, I need something to go wrong just so we can go, whew, about time.
Come to one of my shows. Well, I love stories about comics that have, it's rare. I mean, all of us, no matter who you are, get really big, takes a long time, or so I hear. But we all have moments that will always be special on the calendar that careers change. And when you have a great one, when you went on Kill Tony, it really changed your career.
It did.
And I love it. I love stories like that where it used to be Johnny Carson back in the day. Not my day, but even before my day, Johnny Carson could
Ed Sullivan
make your career. Late night's not as much that nowadays, but podcasts can be that. And Kill Tony was certainly that. Your career changed kind of overnight, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the worst part about doing Kill Tony, I think, is like, you do it live and everyone's like, your life's going to change, but it takes 2 weeks for it to come out. So you're sitting there like, I don't believe you,
Yeah, because it's like, it felt really good in the room, but who knows how it's going to come out on the episode, who knows how people are going to receive it.
And it also doesn't happen to everyone. I did Kill Tony and my life did not change. And
you were on the panel, right?
I was on the panel,
yeah,
but it didn't change.
Yeah. If you're not familiar with Kill Tony, which some of our Nateland fans may not be, it's Tony Hinchcliffe. He does is it a weekly show?
Every Monday
in Austin. And it's kind of like a dirty version of Last Comic Standing in a way, or right?
I guess so.
It is very funny. My episode that I did was not so dirty. I think some are dirtier than others.
Anything goes.
Yeah.
The panel kind of determines how dirty.
The panel does.
Yeah.
But there used to be, back in my day, a show called The Gong Show where people would come out and do do different talents. And
when bells were invented.
Bells?
Well, they had a gong. That's kind of a bell, right?
That's, I guess.
Didn't have timers.
It's a weird bell. It's a gong.
When do you think bells were invented? Do you think that's 20th century invention?
The 1970s. Anyway.
I'm guessing ancient Egyptians had bells.
You do a little time, and then they gong, and then the judges would critique you. And
Saved by the Gong.
That's a little bit like what Kill Tony was. And the night you were there, Roseanne was there.
She was.
And said great things about you.
And Roseanne can be brutal to people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have seen that to other people and it stresses me out, but she's always been very complimentary.
I
took
did-
a liking to
I
me,
did
yeah.
Last Comic Standing in 2015 when Roseanne was a judge. She was not all that nice to me,
Yeah.
you know.
Did she comment on your sets at all?
She
See a pattern
did-
here.
Well, she said, I had 3 minutes. She goes, you had I think she said, you had a good middle, but no beginning and no end or whatever, something like that, where I was like, this is a weird note.
Yeah.
I had a good.
How could the middle be good if the beginning and the end was bad?
Maybe there was a beginning and an end and no good middle. I don't know, but it was 3 minutes and it was like a weird note.
You did all fish jokes.
I did all fish jokes. Yeah. So it was the middle, the end, the middle, the end, the
Classic
beginning, all the
Fish
same.
jokes were huge back
I
then.
know.
Yeah.
That was the fish era, yeah.
Yeah.
You got it started.
Plenty of fish jokes in the sea.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Fiona
Yeah.
did really well in the first time at Kill Tony, and then has performed on there how many more times since you've been? I mean, you did it on Netflix, you did Madison Square Garden, Bridgestone Arena here in
Yeah.
Nashville.
Yeah.
It's like some of their biggest shows. You were a big part of it.
I think like 14, 15.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea that many. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I should start following your career.
It's
We're excited to have you here. I don't know if you've watched the show at all. We talk about really important stuff. I think we're going to talk about kind of what's going on in the Middle East, and then we're going to move
Perfect.
on. We're going to slowly move back to the U.S. talk domestic policy after that. So just kind of strap in, and here we go.
So this episode comes out next week. Just keep that in mind. So you know what? Saying that, going into this, two things this week. Friday the 13th.
Okay.
Do you guys buy into that at all? Friday the
Are you
13th?
superstitious at all, Fiona?
no, but I do think that's cool. Further,
I just think it's cool in general.
I'm not into it.
I don't trust people that are born on that day. If that means anything.
Okay. Well, that sounds pretty superstitious to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
My dad was born on Friday the 13th.
Oh, well, that'll do it, right?
Yeah. That's why I'm disabled.
So you believe in it pretty sure.
You believe in it the most.
Yeah.
So I took y'all for a ride. on
Yeah.
that
So
one,
so as
I wasn't sure what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
either.
Well, Dusty, you're not into superstitions at all?
I don't think so. I don't. I think Friday the 13th was a movie, and then from there we decided that
That's how it started.
I think so, right?
Okay, so it was a superstition before Friday the 13th movies?
Yeah.
Was it?
You think Jason is how the people are like,
I actually don't know. I mean, the
thought so.
movie's been around so long. I don't know.
I did think.
no, I think Friday the 13th, the superstition's been around way longer than the movies.
I think witches.
Okay, because I knew like a lot of buildings claim to not have a 13th floor.
Yeah.
So Friday the 13th's reputation as unlucky stems from a combination of ancient religious and historical anxieties regarding the number 13 and the day Friday. Rooted in Western superstition, it combines the 13 guests at the Last Supper, Judas being the 13th, with the Friday crucifixion of Jesus.
But why is Judas the 13th?
Because he shows up later. Dude.
Oh, okay.
But
Does
when
it-
did the movies come out? So
Does Judas show up later? And he's like, hey,
No.
sorry, I'm late.
No.
Oh, I don't know why in my head I thought he showed up a little
I
late.
thought he did too.
Yeah.
he
what-
left.
Did he duck out early?
I think he ducked out.
Yeah, then you would say he's the 13th guest, right?
Yeah, I
if
guess
he
so.
left early.
But I mean, yeah, there's the 12 disciples and Jesus. So, but yeah, I don't think he like got there like sorry guys, and then his money fell out of his pocket.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oops, sorry about that.
Oh, traffic was bad.
I like the term historical anxieties.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, because
feel that.
I also think the term anxiety just came about recently. I don't even think it has any historical.
Yeah, it's definitely taken a life of his own.
I don't think Judas had anxiety. I mean, maybe he did, but he didn't call it that.
Well, didn't he take his own life? I mean, he was probably pretty anxious. When that went down. Other theories include Norse mythology's 13th guest, Loki. Well, you've seen all these movies.
Yeah.
You know who's Loki?
Loki's, he's Thor's stepbrother.
the god of mischief.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds pagan. Bringing chaos in the 1307 arrest of the Knights Templar. All right, I'm going to go with Jesus and the Last Supper. That sounds a little easier. But anyway, happy Friday the 13th coming up, right?
Yeah, and then Sunday, March 15th, is the Ides of March.
Beware.
Now, are you into Shakespeare at all?
I hope so. That's why we brought you on the podcast.
Dusty?
I'm not into it. You know, Shakespeare, even some people believe that Shakespeare is not a real person and that it was like there was some kind of thing where there was a spear and they would shake the spear at you.
Ah.
And that's how Friday the 13th came.
Wait, hold
I don't have the full details.
Hold on. I want you to flesh it out how you think it is. I've heard that some people go, Shakespeare was it might have been like an amalgam of a few different guys, and then maybe people who couldn't get their works published, they kind of operated under this entity as Shakespeare. But you think it involves shaking a spear
I think
at somebody? So. At who? At what?
Well, even Hollywood, they say that witches used to make their wands out of the wood of a holly tree.
Some of the Harry Potter books.
So Hollywood is like magic, you know, that's where you get movie magic from.
Oh, that makes good.
And then so like Shakespeare, it was like there's some sort of, you know, probably witchcraft thing about shaking a spear at you.
That makes sense.
For why?
For, you know, before.
You're going to be asking that a lot in this episode, Fiona.
That's what this podcast should be called.
For why?
I should be asking you more questions.
Yeah, well, more people should. I agree with you. But I think it's, you know, probably, you know, kind of some kind of witchcraft thing that even predates movies. They were casting spells through these plays.
Well, what I was going to say was Julius Caesar.
Okay.
You want to take a minute to digest that?
No, go ahead.
Julius Caesar, I have to think about which is historically true and which one is from Shakespeare's play about Julius Caesar. He was murdered. That's true.
Yes.
Friends, Romans, countrymen.
Lend me your ears. Yeah.
Wow. That's impressive.
Keep
But
going.
That's all I remember.
Yeah, that's all I remember.
I had to memorize it for school. That's all I remember.
in the play, I believe, the soothsayer warned him, beware the Ides of March.
Okay.
But I don't know that is historically true. I think that might just be in the Shakespeare
Who
play.
knows?
I think
I thought you would know. That's why I'm looking at you.
Et tu, Brutus. I know that.
he should have
That's
not
from the
been
play.
talking to soothsayers, I'll tell you that.
Well, they were back then.
Yeah.
They were all
I
pagans.
think I cheated in this class if I took that.
Did you read Shakespeare in high school or anything like that?
No, I Cliff Notes it for
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Remember
yeah.
Spark Notes?
Yes.
Spark Notes was
Yeah.
Y'all didn't have Spark Notes back in the day.
No.
Spark Notes you could pull
Cliff
up.
was still doing it.
Spark was so much better.
Oh my God,
Spark-
Cliff Jeeves. Remember? Sorry.
Spark Notes you could pull up any Shakespeare play or any like text like that you'd have to read. And on the left it would be how it's written. And then on the right, they had it translated to
Layman.
like
Well, see, the
regular
difference-
English.
You know, when me and Brian were doing this, there was no
Thank you
pulling
for
it up.
including me.
There was no pulling it up.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
You were
What?
flipping through.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't even imagine what they're doing now with the ChatGPT.
Oh, yeah.
stuff.
I know, the AI stuff.
There is no way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't even.
Yeah, education's done. Huh?
Yeah, you have to teach a totally different way.
How would you do it?
You grew up here, right?
I'm from Franklin.
Oh.
How old are you? You're
Big time.
younger than me.
29.
29. Yeah, you're a few years younger than me.
I
So-
could tell you were scared. You really should have asked me.
No. I was just
I'm
thinking
56.
about, like, by the time, because I was trying to think, when I was in high school, like, not everybody had a smartphone like they do now.
Right.
Like, did everybody have? Did
kids,
they? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So so the teachers didn't incorporate the phones into the classes or anything?
No, if you had your phone, you got in real big trouble. Like they would take it all night, all day, and you get it back the following morning. It was yeah.
Take it for a whole night.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I went to public school.
Okay, they got to crack down a little bit.
If they take it and you don't have a password on it, do you go, well, let me put a password on it?
There were no passwords. They were just like, I had a Razor, like a flip phone.
Oh.
Motorola Razor.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they let Razors,
I didn't have a phone. I had a Shingle.
and that really got the message across.
I had a Motorola Sliver. Remember that?
Did it like come up like that?
Not really. Maybe a little bit. But
like
not,
a slide.
Yeah.
I had one where you slide it up and then you could turn it sideways. And it's a little keyboard.
They named them weird stuff.
Yeah, I don't even think this one slid. I think it just.
Oh, it just was.
I don't know why it just was. That's absolutely right. But I was always jealous of the Razor that was so cool when it came out.
Dude, I would flip my Razor open so hard I would break it in half.
Wow.
It was really cool to do that though.
Yeah.
It showed dominance. Yeah.
That's how you do it if the teacher's about to take it. Flip it open real hard. Pick up both pieces.
Don't you think that's kind of lost? It's tough to end a phone call abruptly.
Yeah.
There's something satisfying about. Nope. Need to close.
I think Seinfeld has a joke.
Okay, well, I've heard somebody talk. I tried to talk about it once with the iPhone. Then you have to like wait for it, and then you press it. It's tough to do.
I think Seinfeld had a joke where you could just slam it down. Oh yeah, and then slam it, and now you have to go boop.
Yeah, but there was the flipping it shut was also satisfying.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Like
You should
push it
redo
on
it.
your
Dude,
face.
just because he did it doesn't mean you can't do it.
I'll call him up. This episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack, hydration, and coffee sponsor. Like I've said, 3 huge categories in the public figures universe.
Snack, coffee, whatever the other is.
Hydration.
Yeah, hydration. Yeah.
I don't know if you're the poster boy for hydration.
No.
I think you're
Mr. 2 bottle water
That's
there.
what I'm saying. He's the water guy. Listen, IQ Bars protein bars, the IQ Mix hydration mixes, and the IQ Joe mushroom coffees are delicious, low sugar, brain and body fuel that you need to win your day. Try the ultimate sampler pack. It's got a little bit of everything in there. There are plenty of flavor combinations to choose from across all IQ Bar products. You got mint chocolate chip protein bars to the blueberry pomegranate hydration mixes to vanilla spice coffee and even limited edition and seasonal flavors too. I got the gingerbread just in time for March. To the gingerbread. With over 20,000 5-star reviews and counting, more people than ever are fueling their busy lifestyles with IQ Bar's brain and body boosting bars, hydration mixes, and mushrooms coffee. Look, I can talk about this all day. You just need to try it. And right now, IQ Bar is offering our special podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products. That's a fifth. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Including the sampler pack plus free shipping. To get your 20% off, text Nate to 64,000. Take out your cellular device. Text Nate to 64,000. That's Nate to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details.
Didn't you tell me in high school your principal thought you were always drunk?
Yeah. Yeah. Like most viewers probably think right now.
No.
I
probably
know
is some.
myself.
There is some.
I am not drunk yet.
Yeah, it's 4 p.m. Give her a couple hours.
Got a Red Bull here.
I'm disabled. Yes. Wait. Do you want me to? Wait. What was the question? Was that question?
Well,
No, I want to hear the story about your.
We're still not clear if you're drunk, though.
I'm not comfortable answering that.
That's good. You know what? None of our business.
Let me call my manager real quick.
You have a manager?
Yeah.
Great.
Brian doesn't.
Go ahead.
14 Kill Tonys.
That would do. How would I do on Kill Tony?
They would have fun with you.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's a good way to put it.
They would.
That's a
You
good
should do it, though.
I think I
Do you know the 1 minute you would do?
No. Shingle ladies?
Oh, I want you to tell Fiona this joke.
Nah. It's all right.
Yeah, come on. It's a fun. We're like talking about our old jokes when we first started stand
Oh,
up.
I love
And just how bad they are. But they're like, they're big jokes for you at the time. And then now you get better and you look back. And Brian, we were talking about bad jokes, and Brian talked about an old one of his that just kills me.
This is when I was single, and I would say, "Where are my single ladies at?" And then maybe one or two or whatever. And I go, "No, I meant, where are my shingle ladies? Shingle lady. I'm looking for a lady with shingles."
This is
See, she
worse.
likes it.
This
She
is
likes
worse than I remember it being.
It's like anti-comedy.
It's not bad.
That's why it's funny though. I kind of like it.
That's not what I was going for, Fiona. Anti-comedy. Well,
And then I said, if you
tragedy.
liked it, then you should have put some cream on it.
yeah.
If you like it, then you should have put some cream on it.
I
Yeah.
like that.
That's a good tag.
Yeah, that's great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming in, Fiona. Our first guest. Now, do you want to tell? You talked about on your Tonight Show set a little bit about your condition. If you want to see a funny, clean set of Fiona, go check out her
There's
Tonight
one
Show
place
appearance.
for it.
But you talk about it on there a little bit. your condition.
Yeah. I have Friedreich's ataxia.
Who does it these days? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It is contagious, so you soon. And no, it's a progressive neurological disease. It affects 5,000 people in the U.S.,
Wow.
so I'm very special.
I mean, yeah, that's so rare.
It's really cool and fun.
How many of those 5,000 do you think that you've met? Have you met a
I
bunch?
swear I've met all of them.
I believe it.
I'm like, there's no way there's just 5,000.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm like, Like, I don't know. Even Matt's like, what is going on?
Matt's her husband, also very funny comic here
Oh,
in
I'm
Nashville.
sorry,
That's
yeah.
right. I'm trying to just catch everybody up.
Recently married.
Yeah.
Recently married.
4
Congratulations.
months in.
4 months.
Right.
Yeah.
How's it been?
Anyone can do it.
How's it been?
Really good.
What's that has surprised you so far about being married? It's a tough question.
Yeah.
Kind of a meaningless question. I don't know if I really care about your answer. So I think we'll just move on.
I really appreciate your honesty. You're like, it'll take you too long. You talk too slow.
Yeah. I thought you'd have a joke ready to go, but that's okay. We'll just keep going.
You ask me in like 10 minutes.
Okay, I'll come back. I'll come back to you.
What?
I was just thinking all three of you are married to someone in the comedy business.
Yeah.
That's true.
And neither my wife or I are.
Oh, come on. Brian,
Just
come
trying to bring
on.
some humor to
Come
this guy.
on,
She's
Brian.
got free basin auxiliary. What was it?
Freebasing.
Freebasing auxiliary.
I couldn't remember the name of it.
That's
Something
like
like that, right?
That's like
You're
a vape pen.
so close. It's crazy. No, it's Friedrich, like the German guy.
Friedreich.
Friedrich's?
Is he a Nazi?
Probably.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, he gave me this.
He just gives it out.
Yeah, he's doling it out like crazy. It's insane. Yeah, Friedrich's ataxia.
So this is before you gotten diagnosed with this.
Attacks
You are
in the name.
Right.
There you go.
yeah. Your high school thought that you were just drunk. I'd never heard
Yeah, I was an athlete in like elementary, middle school, like volleyball up until 8th grade.
this story. That's when we kind of peaked too. I
Yeah.
think.
I was like, I could have gone pro if it weren't for my meniscus or whatever. I have more problems than that, I guess.
Mhm.
But I was doing volleyball. They ended up benching me because I started losing coordination. Even I was like, what is going on?
Mhm.
Because,
What's going on with the coaching or with your body?
I'm like, I will not stand for this
Yeah.
team. No, they call them something different, but they used to call them suicides, where you would like run
Yeah.
and touch the
We
ground.
call them suicides. Yeah.
Yeah, and now they don't call them that.
Yeah, because
Did
of
What do
you
they
know
call it?
that?
historical anxiety.
Physician assisted. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry I stepped on that. That was very funny.
Oh man.
So you're running suicide.
Oh yes. So I'm doing that, and I started like falling,
Mm.
and everyone's like, "What's going on?" I was kind of a weird kid. I dyed my hair back then too, and
What'd you die? Like blue or something?
It was like blonde, and then I dyed like a raccoon tail.
Okay.
Oh, just like
Yeah.
Do you get the vibe?
I'm starting to see what
Like
you're
I'm
like.
in 8th grade, but
I'm
the
into it.
nose piercing.
I'm into it. Yeah.
I'm in
The-
8th grade.
the girl who just won gold did that, right?
Like, what?
The girl who just won the gold medal in figure
Just
skating.
like that, but I just had this whole chunk like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
she took that from me. And no, anyways, I got benched because
Yeah.
they thought I was like on something or not taking it seriously, and I wasn't. I had no idea what was going on. And I was like, fine, I'll be like artsy and I'll party now. I'm in high school, it's different. And I don't know, my walking got worse. I couldn't carry like cups of liquid.
Uh-huh.
I would fall backwards down the stairs
Oh,
at
gosh.
school all the
Yeah,
time.
it's
And everyone's
brutal.
like, she is so committed to this bed. I was like,
She's a method
yeah,
actor.
it's unbelievable. Yeah. My principal would smell my breath though, because she thought I had been drinking because I walked and talked weird. And I told my mom, I think something is wrong. I don't know what, maybe equilibrium. And my sister, older, she had health issues. And my mom would ground me for copying my sister. Because she thought I was like being a middle child, right? And I kind of was like, am I crazy? Like, I fully was like, I might be making this up. And I would like practice in my room every night, like walking in a straight line. Like, I have really crappy videos on my little razor.
From your razor?
I wish I could get those back, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? So 18, senior year of high school, took myself to an ENT.
You had to take yourself.
I had to lie, yeah.
Okay.
But her health insurance, they eventually sent me to a neurologist. Her health insurance didn't cover that, so I had to like bring her in on what was happening. And
Yeah.
she was like, I'll pay for one test, and then we drop this. And I was like, okay.
You better nail this test.
I know. And I'm like not a good test taker. And they thought I either had a tumor on my cerebellum or a genetic disease. And I'm rooting tumor, right?
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
And I
You
ended
can take
up
a tumor out.
right.
Can't take
And
your
then-
genes out.
No, you can try. They'll take you out first.
That's
No, I'm so sorry. But yeah, I ended up being like, let's just do the genetic testing because I was like, let's like rule that out.
Right.
And I was right.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Yeah, and then my sister got diagnosed with the same thing. So who's copying you?
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
I'm starting to believe the Friday the 13th thing with your dad.
I know. And my little brother, he got diagnosed a year and a half ago.
You were a trendsetter.
Wow.
I know. Always have been.
Yep.
Yeah.
But neither of your parents have this.
No. They're
But
both
all the
carriers.
kids? You have 3?
Yeah, just 3 of us. We all got it.
Wow.
Yeah, real wobbly group. I've been thinking about this lately, and I feel like maybe there's room for a joke here somewhere. But you know how when like people have kids, a lot of like their thought is like, you know, one day you'll take care of me. My mom had 3 duds. Like, she's done for, dude. Like, she's still taking care of us.
3
you know?
duds is crazy.
And
Name of the episode.
Yeah, to take care of your parents, you have to install wheelchair ramps.
That's-
They think they go, oh, your mom's in a wheelchair. I go, no, it's all of us.
No, mom's doing great.
I'm like, Mom, will you carry my coffee for me? Like, she's 60 and still like lifts my chair up for me. Like, I feel bad, but this
And I
is
met
it.
you in like 2020,
Yeah.
and you had a walker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where in Nashville?
Yeah, at Zany's.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
came to your show.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Just as a
Yeah.
fan?
Yeah.
And you hadn't even started doing stand up yet.
No.
Wow.
And you saw her walk out?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, during the show.
Yeah.
I was knocking stuff over.
She was in a wheelchair then, but she just found a way.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Yeah.
So when did you start doing stand-up here?
5 years ago.
5 years ago. Wow, that's incredible. You achieved so much in
I know.
5 years.
Stand-up comedy makes you so jealous because I'll see
5
her.
years in wheelchair years is 20 years for y'all.
You know what?
Sorry.
That's what I was about to say. Like,
You cry.
you watch stand-up comedy and she's killing on Tonight Show and Kill Tony. I'm like, man, I wish I had a genetic disease. Her material is amazing.
Hey, if you hope for long enough, it will happen.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th is coming up.
Yeah. I've got some other stuff coming up.
Yeah.
For Brian, it would have been the tumor.
And it would have been like, it's benign. Leave it in there. You got no material.
This is so embarrassing.
That's funny. All right, should we get in these comments?
Yeah, you want to get, so these are comments that people have left from the last episode.
Not in this case.
Oh, I guess a couple episodes ago.
This is just more broad.
Oh, these are just broad comments.
Yeah.
And then, okay, perfect.
Who should read them? I don't want to do it this time.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Comments, as always, if you want to join in for the next episode, comments come from Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Apple Podcast Reviews, and mail at natelandpodcast.com. Joseph McDuffie. I really appreciate how Aaron finds all the other podcast hosts hilarious and can't stop his giggling while still being effortlessly funny in his own right. Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you, Joseph.
Really came out hot with that one, huh?
What do you mean?
That feels like a backhanded.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah.
He
But,
said I'm effortlessly funny
yeah.
in my own way.
This guy puts no effort in.
I put it.
Who picked the comments to be read?
Brian.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Sometimes you can tell. Sometimes you can't.
Well,
But I
you know,
appreciate that. I think
Brian picked it because it says Aaron finds all the other podcast hosts hilarious.
Yeah, I'm a good actor.
He is.
Rhonda B. Dusty is just a realist and pointing out facts when he is, quote, complaining. I am often agreeing with him. He is just saying what we are all thinking.
Thank
we
you,
had another
Rhonda
comment
B.
just like this last one.
Well, there's more and more these days.
Yeah, I think people are really coming out of the woodwork
Yeah,
now.
people are starting to
starting
people
to
are
wake
starting
up.
to get it.
Wake up.
Yeah, and I'm bringing them in.
Andy, Bob, you get into conspiracy stuff. I've seen on your podcast, you and Matt.
Yeah, really
You
dumb
get into some
ones.
wild, you get into some wild stuff.
Yeah, but
people get real upset. It's so funny.
I love it.
Hey, Would you talk about Helen Keller on your podcast with me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we had some thoughts about her too. We took a little bit of heat from people about it.
Matt got heat from me about it.
Wait, what did he say? What was the?
He fully doesn't believe her or whatever.
Doesn't believe that she existed, or doesn't believe that she was
He
actually.
thinks that she was faking it, but she was.
that's a new take.
Yeah.
I like that take. I like the idea that you're faking being blind and I can't see anything.
She was like,
I also can't hear you.
She's just a really like indecisive like scammer. She was
yeah.
like, I'll take them all. I don't.
Oh yeah.
I don't
funny
know.
take.
Alan Keller was very important for the disabled community.
Right.
And that's the only reason I feel.
So you'll defend her to the death.
Yeah.
Well,
It's gonna get crazy.
I didn't really criticize Helen Keller. I just had an honest question, which is if you can't, I feel like I'm saying it every podcast now, but if you can't see or hear, what are you writing about? And that's my only question. I'm not making fun.
I don't. I've never read her book, but I don't think on day one she was like, I got to write a book about it. She was probably had known Braille, read Braille, and learned how to communicate for 30 years before she wrote the book. I don't know, but
I bet so.
I want to find out how old she was. Helen
What
Keller.
if Alan Keller was Shakespeare?
Yeah.
Well, that would be
that would be
that would be
something.
wild. She was 22 years old
smell
when
a
she.
conspiracy brewing.
Yeah, we can connect the dots here.
Dusty also thinks everyone on Southwest in a wheelchair is faking it.
I agree with that.
Yeah, see,
I
that's what I'm
totally.
talking about.
Jetway Jesus?
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
You know that now the seating policies change, so it doesn't, but you don't care for it now.
Oh, it makes me furious.
Why?
It's the most ableist thing that could have happened. I have many thoughts about
Okay,
this.
should we save
Yeah,
it for
save
the
it.
topic?
Save it for the
Yeah.
topic.
Because we're going to talk
Sorry.
about this after the. No, I love it. I can't wait to get into it. Andy Babos. The fact that no one challenged Aaron claiming he could hold his breath for a minute is unbelievable. There's no way he could do that. First of all, not exactly great radio if they go, everyone just hold your breath for a full minute.
For a minute?
A full minute.
I have no doubt that you can hold your breath.
I appreciate
for a
that,
minute.
man.
I can hold my breath for him. I've done it.
I don't want you to try.
I mean, I might not breathe again, but it'll be.
Well, just do it now, Aaron.
No, okay. All right.
We'll
But you
keep
got to hold your
talking.
nose, though.
No.
Because
Just
we
trust me.
can't
That's
trust
cheating.
that.
What are you talking about?
Just trust me.
I just think that a minute, sure, it's long, but it's not that long. Are you doing it?
The only reason this is not going to work is I'm going to laugh.
You're totally still breathing.
I haven't started it.
You're cheating.
Should we talk? No, man, I don't know.
Wait, I forgot to hit play.
Forgot to start the clock.
We'll do this at the end.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if we should do
I
it.
don't know. I don't wanna
a
do this.
minute of dead air.
That's what I'm
We
saying.
would give commentary while he's doing it.
No.
Okay.
What's the commentary? He's looking bad.
Yeah, exactly.
He's turning blue. Stacy Shannon. My husband is a certified ethical hacker, sure, and works in IT security. His best password tip is that the longer is better. You can string together 3 or 4 words you remember, or even use a sentence like, "My podcast is the best!" ! It will be harder to hack and easier to remember.
I'm going to start using that password.
Podcast is the
You know what? Me too.
I just this past weekend, I moved all my passwords into a password manager. It took forever. I got so mad trying to do it. It's so frustrating. I don't know if I'll ever change my passwords again after going through all that.
But what's to keep the password manager from being hacked? And they've got all of them. The government?
Clear.
My passwords are so good that I can't hack into my own account. So I don't have that problem. I got a new password every time I log in.
Yeah.
I do like when they suggest a password and I go, yeah, I'll use this one. And then it doesn't save.
Yeah.
And then I never looked at it. And then I go, okay, well, that works this time.
You got a new password every time to log in now. It's so frustrating. That's good advice, though, Stacy. Tell your husband thank you. Ethical hacker.
Yeah.
What does that mean? I'm having historical anxiety about
Yes,
it.
exactly.
That's good.
I'm
having technical
I
insight.
think it means that he hacks, but he's nice about it.
What?
He's doing it to help learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the government or the military or even private companies, they want to find out where they want to find out where the holes are in their security, right? So they can hire people to hack themselves essentially to find out where the holes are in the fence, you know? Mm-hmm. Mary from Michigan, or just pay $89 and scan your eye. Mary from Michigan. Since the 3 of you are all from the South and also travel all over, I thought I would ask you guys your opinion on a great town to live in. We have kids, and so we want a place that is good for a family. Not a big city, easy to navigate / drive around.
McMinnville.
I was going to say Saginaw.
Saginaw.
Oh, she wants one in Michigan.
No, I don't. I
No,
just said-
Saginaw is one of the most dangerous places in the country. they say.
I was trying to be funny. But all right, go ahead. McMinnville.
McMinnville, great place.
Aren't you trying to sell your cabin?
No.
yeah. I got a good spot for
If
you.
you're looking for a
actually,
spot
too.
to rent, though, we can talk.
I'm going to throw out there Rogers, Arkansas.
That's a good one, yeah.
Is just I talk about Northwest Arkansas quite a bit, but it's just such a hidden gem.
A girl told me that one time that she worked at a coffee shop there. I wrote a joke about on the Working Man Special. She told me that Fayetteville is like the Portland of the South. That's what she said.
Okay. Does she mean that in a nice way?
She meant it in a good way.
Okay. Fiona, what's your favorite place you've been? You've been traveling a ton last 2 years now, doing stand up all over. What's some of your favorite places that you've got to go to?
Right now, I can only remember the last place I was.
That's how we are too. Yeah. Where were you?
Sorry, Springfield, Missouri.
I like Springfield.
Springfield's
I
great.
think it would be good for kids. It's a cute little downtown. The people seem very happy.
Yeah.
Bit of a methy vibe, but it
Yeah,
is.
but okay.
Yeah.
Like,
But so is McMinnville.
the internet's not great out there, so the math, I get it.
Yeah, but it's a nice town.
Yeah.
But it does have a little bit of it's like underneath.
It's probably good to get scared a little bit every
I
now
think
and then.
so too.
Yeah.
I think
Keeps you
so
on-
too.
Keeps you on
You
your
can't
toes.
feel too
Yeah.
safe out here.
Mhm.
It'll prepare your kids for the real world.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't want to be. You don't want to let your guard down out here.
Right, right.
No.
Brian, what about you? What would you say?
Lebanon.
Yeah, it's a good place.
It's pretty biased.
I don't
That's
know.
where he grew up.
Oh, I
Um,
could tell.
You know what?
That's not an insult, Brian.
was it?
No, I
It kind of
just
felt like it was.
I'm sorry, my voice is weird because of disability and
Opelika is not a bad place, and
We're just all naming where we grew up.
Montgomery.
well.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Auburn, if you're going to go on that side of Lee County, Auburn is very nice.
Yeah, if you got to go on that side of Lee County,
good,
that's what I would recommend.
Well,
too.
I'm saying Lee County, if Opelika or Auburn.
Let's name a street now.
Yeah.
Mary. I would suggest driving down to Pin and Grill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like Marie Cook Drive in Montgomery, Alabama.
Yeah.
It's a good, the Dalreda neighborhood. It's a good.
Yeah, Penn in Alabama's not bad. You're not going to, there's not a
my
lot
God.
going on.
Mary, I don't think you're getting a good answer from
That's
this.
almost my name.
We got the next. Ian
That's-
Cauley.
Yeah.
That is your last name, right?
Cauley.
So this guy's probably not related. Ian Cauley.
We'll see.
You better hope not.
I started a new.
Friedrich's coming.
You go attack you.
Do you call it FA?
Yeah,
FA.
easier.
Ian Cauley. I started a new job earlier this year where I write a weekly newsletter introduction. I wrote about gratitude in our November newsletter, and one of my inspirations that I think a lot about was Aaron's question, why me? Both when his newborn first had health issues and when they were able to leave the hospital. That's a great perspective to have and still makes me tear up. Wow, that's very nice. Thank you, Ian.
No, that's definitely not related to Fiona.
Well, thank you, Ian. That's really nice. Yeah.
Well, where's the newsletter?
He just made that up.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
I don't know where the newsletter is.
I have no, I
I'm
don't know.
saying
what-
Ian just
We
wanted
don't
to get his comment
We
read.
don't usually have attachments on the
Yeah, I don't even-
here. Yeah. Where's the PDF?
Why Me Lord is a good Chris Christopherson song. Do you know that
Oh
one?
no.
That's a good one.
I like his acting better than his singing.
Oh, I got to get you. I'll get you some songs.
Dallas Owen. In high school, I worked at Olive Garden, and every week the same family would come in and eat their entire meal without silverware. Salad, pasta, everything. It was so disturbing, we would have to intentionally sit them in a section of the restaurant with nobody else in it.
Wow,
That's
insane.
wild.
That's insane. You know what? Side note, Olive Garden just sent me a little package.
I saw that.
Yeah, I made a video. I have a joke about Olive Garden, and they sent me a gift card, $100 gift card,
What?
and a shirt, and like a little pasta maker.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your
There's
joke?
no way they use a pasta maker at all.
Well, it's an old joke,
Sorry.
but I say when you hang out with a lot of broke people, like I do all the time, everything's always fancy to them. Like the other day, I was hanging out with my mom, and we went to a restaurant, and she was like, "This is so fancy," and I was like, "Mom, it's Olive Garden. Of course, it's fancy."
Oh, yeah, I remember that joke.
Great classic joke.
Henry Cho has an Olive Garden joke.
Does he?
It's basically the same thing.
Wait, is it really? I haven't heard it.
Mine's older.
He's like where his wife grew up, Arab, Alabama. His brother-in-law said, "We got a new Italian restaurant down here." And he's like, "Is it good?" He's like, "Oh, it ain't no Olive Garden."
That's pretty.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Well, you know what though? I one time I was driving my nephew around in Opelika to get some job applications, and I was like, "When we go to the Olive Garden," he said, unironically, "Nah, that's too fancy."
Wow.
Yeah.
Was he
I've
right?
never been to
For
an
him.
Olive
For him, yeah.
You haven't?
You never been to Olive Garden?
Mm-mm.
Oh, we'll have to. There's one right by our house.
You should go. I got a $100 gift card. Let's all go.
I mean, you could feed 40 people at Olive Garden.
Yeah.
That's sick.
You get
Yeah.
unlimited. The breadsticks are unbelievable.
Those sticks are great. The last one I've been to was the one over there close to your
In
house.
Mount
Okay,
Juliet?
yeah.
When you're here, your family.
Yeah.
For my wife's birthday? Was that it? You came to that.
Oh, I did come to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
You come? You didn't come?
Yeah. This is before we were friends.
I didn't know about it.
This was years
so-
ago.
This was,
I don't even think we had kids.
Well, you act like it's been 20 years. You've
Yeah.
had kids for 4 years.
Yeah.
This podcast has been on for 6. Well, y'all just having a good time without me?
yeah. We're having a good
I
time.
bet we invited you. I bet we invited you and you just didn't come.
Like I had so much going on.
Well,
Yes, yeah, you did.
well, that's what I said
do have
when
things.
you didn't show up.
Well,
I
Let's-
definitely wasn't invited, if that makes you feel bad. I wasn't born yet, though.
all right, I'm hurt.
Brian, why are they eating without silverware?
That's disgusting.
Are they tipping with
That-
those fingies?
Yeah.
You better tip big if you're going
With
to
those
put on it.
thingies.
Put on a thing.
Fingies.
Oh,
Nothing but the tips, you
Yeah,
know?
All right, let's talk about Ultra pouches, the zero nicotine and caffeine free pouches. I started using them in the morning and then during any afternoon drag. We love them here. We use them over the cruise and found out how much we like them. It's not just for people trying to quit nicotine. It's for anybody looking for a little kick to keep the day going. They got the tropical flavor. I recommend that. Ultra pouches are packed with all kinds of stuff that are designed for mental clarity and enhanced focus. It's the same kick as a nicotine pouch without the side effects, the buzz, the addiction, the crash, the jitters, all that kind of stuff. You don't have to worry about it. Most pouches elevate cortisol, raise blood pressure, and keep your body in a constant stress state. Ultra pouches let you keep your pouches, but with a cleaner kick. Ultra is the ultimate guilt-free pouch, delivering instant focus and mental clarity without nicotine or caffeine. Now customers can use code Nateland to get 15% off at takeultra.com. That's takeultra.com for 15% off with code Nateland. After you purchase, they'll ask where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that we sent you there.
Brian Risley. Riley?
That's hilarious.
I was a junior in high school in 1990. Brian, you want to take this one?
I was a senior in high school in 1990. Don't know what's funny about
I was
that.
a junior in high school in 1990 in Campbell, Missouri, a small town 30 miles from New Madrid Fault. Ivan Browning predicted a terrible earthquake would hit the fault on December 3rd, so much so that my school and many others canceled for 2 to 3 days. My dad had me work with him all day, each day, and no earthquake came.
So I looked up Ivan Brown. He's kind of a a guy who,
Successful comedian?
but predicts a lot of other stuff. And
Oh, okay.
and he got enough people worked up that
He's a self-proclaimed climatologist.
exactly.
And he's from Edna, Texas. Edna's my mom's name.
Well, there you go. It's
Yeah.
all working together. Yeah.
So
So he said a terrible earthquake would hit, and it never did.
Shocking.
But they canceled school for it just because
Yeah.
I wonder what he's basing
Could
these.
you imagine having that much power?
I can only hope. I can only hope.
I sit in bed and worry about Dusty getting that power. So
It's much different. But my dad was the principal of my high school, and it was his call whether to cancel school for snow. His call alone,
Oh my god.
because it was a private school, so it was just like, "Do you think we should open?" And man, the night before, everybody be hitting me up. Put some ice in the driveway, put some water in the driveway tonight.
Oh, that's
So,
funny.
get snowed in, all that stuff. He very rarely canceled it. He would get out there at like 4 a.m. and drive the bus route all around just to see roads are fine, all that.
Do you think he did that because he didn't want you to feel like you had some influence?
I don't think I was involved at all. I think his thinking is we cancel
Sounds
school,
like
we're going to have to make up
sweet.
that day at the end of the year, and that's just
Yeah.
going to make everything more complicated.
Yeah, there's really no reason to want the day off if you just got to make it up later.
Exactly.
Did any of your friends ever accidentally call your dad dead? Like at school? You know what I mean?
Did I ever call him dad?
No. Like your friend, like when you accidentally call a teacher mom.
I've never done that.
No, I never did
Did you do that a lot? Is this the teacher that thought you were drunk?
Yeah.
You kept calling her mom. Mom, I'm fine.
Okay, that
You're like, I have a
is
discipline.
thing.
Yeah.
I swear.
Now, what you mean?
Called your mom Miss Humphrey?
Yes.
You call it? You say like love you too? Or,
No,
love you?
you're like, thanks, mom. Yeah, you know.
And
I
you
told a
just take-
teacher I loved her, but that was a different situation.
but I knew what I was doing. Yeah. No, that's crazy. I would call my dad Mr. Weber at school.
Are
Just to
y'all like, do you hug? I don't know.
it's just weird to be, hey dad,
Yeah.
hey daddy. Like,
Daddy,
but if I go, hey Mr. Weber, and you're kind of doing it a little tongue in cheek.
Can I borrow
Yeah.
some money? Mr. Weber.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
That's very funny. I've never called my teacher. I had my mom as a teacher. My mom taught math.
I would call every teacher mom.
Even the men.
Yeah. Mom, and they panic and lose weight. I did that just to keep them in check. Okay.
David Jones. My family was vacationing in Santa Rosa Beach, and we went to an ice cream shop. The lady in front of us asked for a sample, and the manager told her no. That's what I'm talking about. The lady was in shock. The manager explained they're too busy in the summer months to give out samples. Congratulations, Aaron. You have won the battle. Hope it was worth the tears of many children. You know what, David? It was. I'm glad. If I was involved in that at all, I don't think I was.
Yeah.
I don't know how recent this was, but if I got the ball rolling even a little bit, that would be, I could die right now. I'll be happy.
I think it depends on what the flavor is.
I
Yeah.
don't think that matters at all.
Let me ask you this though: if
I'm very anti-free samples place.
I'm
Okay.
anti too many of them. But if you're asking, can I sample the cookies and cream? You know what cookies and cream taste like.
Or
But if
vanilla.
it's some odd flavor, you may want to give it a go.
But I think that's part of the joy of it is discover something. Take a chance. Roll the dice, dude. Try a flavor you never had before. If it's not good, you know what? You're going to keep living. The sun's going to come
me?
up the next
Yeah.
day. Hey, come on.
Wait, how do you feel about Costco?
Well, that's different.
Oh,
Because Costco just had, they're not in the way. I'm talking about like an ice cream store.
people slow.
If there's a line, somebody's like, "Oh, can I try the what is that? Passion fruit? Can I try a little scoop of that?" And then they go, "I don't know about. What's that? Pistachio?" And they take 3 hours.
and then they go, I don't want anything.
And then they go, "You know what? I'm actually
full.
good.
I'm full.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Can I just get a water?"
I think in Costco, if you're like, hey, will you open this box of crackers so I can try one? I think that's different.
Yeah.
Will they do that?
You know what? They
I'd
might.
like to try
Costco's
it.
pretty great.
Yeah.
They might actually.
I
do
would
it.
like to see that.
Mhm.
I like
happen.
Costco. I'm a big fan.
I don't like ice cream, so
You're not an ice cream? Person?
No.
What do you like? What do you?
What?
Desserts? Anything?
I like carbs, like a spaghetti sandwich.
spaghetti sandwich.
Yeah,
Is that just spaghetti and bread?
yeah,
You put like spaghetti with meat and sauce.
yeah. Like
on,
the
on-
sauce is the spread, garlic bread.
Oh, okay.
Cut the meatball in half for stability.
We got to take you to Olive Garden. You're gonna.
Yeah.
I was
Apparently they go all the
made for
time.
You
it.
can make our next outing. We'll bring you along,
Okay.
Brian. Anyway, keep going.
You don't like ice cream?
Oh no, I don't. I have a little bit of trauma. Feels like a crazy word.
Yeah, I'd like to
but
hear about your ice cream trauma. Like, what could that involve?
when my mom, when I was 9.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, you're about to be like, that's not as funny as I needed it to
No,
be.
it's even more so.
When I was 9, my mom brought me there to get ice cream.
Where?
Where?
Baskin Robbins. and
Brought me there. You don't even want to say
Franklin.
it. You brought me there. Baskin
Got
Robbins.
me ice cream. I was so stoked. On the walk home, she was like, "So, your dad left."
Oh no!
Was this on Friday the 13th? All right, you surprised us there.
So every time ice cream
I was
pops up,
surprised too, man.
so if ice cream gets brought out, you go, this could be.
I'm like,
I don't even want to
If
risk
you ask me, like, do you want to go get ice cream? I panic and assume you have something terrible to tell me. I told Matt my number one rule.
So if Matt goes, let's get ice cream, you just go, no, I want a divorce.
it. Beat him to the punch.
Who is she?
yeah, you can bring me ice cream, but you can't.
We're not
Take it
going.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Chris Halcomb. Has Dusty ever noticed the chain link fence that runs along both sides of Highway 7055 that cuts through McMinnville? You know, you can just DM Dusty. This seems a little too specific for a guy. Has Dusty ever noticed the chain link fence that runs along both sides of Highway 7055 that cuts through McMinnville? Only town I've ever seen that has this, and is wondering if he knows why. It's kind of an eyesore.
You know what? I've never noticed it. I don't even know what Highway 70 or 55 is. But next time I go, I'm going to be paying attention, and I'll get you some answers, Chris.
Okay. Well, feel free to reach out to him directly. We don't
No,
have to do this through the
I'll
podcast.
comment it on the YouTube, hoping that Brian picks it up, and then we'll read it.
We'll do a whole episode on chain link fences, and then
Well, Highway 70 runs across Tennessee,
oh, that's the one we talked about last
Oh,
week.
and it goes through McMinnville?
goes right through McMinnville.
according to Chris.
Oh,
How about
interesting.
that?
All right, Chris.
It's kind of an eyesore, though, according to Chris. Avery, according to Chris. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's why McMinnville's such a good spot. The chain link fence is keeping, just any random people out of there.
The riffraff.
Yeah, thank God for the fence. Yeah.
Avery J. Semeka. Just wanted to provide some helpful info that a flight attendant pointed out to me. Often passengers will say direct flight when they mean nonstop. A nonstop flight is from your origin to your destination on only one flight with no stops. A direct flight will keep you on the same plane but will have at least one stop to let some passengers off and let more on. I have never heard anybody make that distinction before.
I don't. Yeah,
I
and
thought
I
they were
don't-
interchangeable.
I'm also not buying it. I mean, I also love how they put the J in there as if there's a lot of Avery Semekas.
A little more distinction.
Yeah.
Wow, I mean, I googled it, and that's a difference that people talk about. But I think people know what you mean
Yeah.
if you say I have a direct flight.
That's interesting.
I had no idea.
I don't know. That does. Yeah, I mean, if I'm going from this place to this place, that's a direct flight.
It's a
I've
nonstop
never
flight.
been on a flight that they let me stay on the plane if we stop somewhere.
I have before, yeah. If it connects there, and they go, you might as well just stay on the plane. And in Southwest, they used to let you move up; you can get a better seat. You know, they don't
That would have been a policy that I would have not cared for.
oh yeah,
If I booked up, got myself in the A boarding group,
and there's already
and then I board the plane, and there's a bunch of people.
that
that
has
just-
happened before.
Yeah, I've
it
seen that
makes
too.
me furious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't like
but it
that.
doesn't happen anymore. Southwest fixed everything, and everything's great.
I love
We're
it.
almost there, Fiona.
We're
I
almost
love
there.
it.
Aaron Weber here. Let me tell you about Brunt Workwear boots. I'll start with the wildest part about this company, Brunt Workwear. They actually let you wear their boots to work before deciding if you want to keep them.
Wow.
Because it's one thing to walk around a store with them,
Mhm.
but like you got to put them to the test. You got to get a real job site day, not just walking around your house. And if they're not right for you, you send them back for a full refund. That's a 100% risk-free trial. Me and Dusty got a pair of the O-Mins. Brian's got the Marins right out of the box. They're so comfortable. There's no break-in period, just immediate comfort. Boom, ready to go. Brunt was founded by Eric Gerard. He grew up blue collar, created Blunt after friends in the trades told him how these big brands were not catering to the real working man.
Yeah.
Every Brunt product is named after real guys that Eric grew up with. Traditional boots make you choose between comfort and durability. That's no longer a choice you have to make. Brunt gives you both. Brunt is tired of the workwear brands out there cutting corners. You work too hard to be stuck in uncomfortable boots that do not hold up. So they built something better, boots that are insanely comfortable and built for any job site. For a limited time, our listeners get $10 off at Brunt when you use code NATE at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com, use code NATE, and you are good to go. And after you order, they'll ask how you heard about Brunt. Do us a favor, tell them it was from this show. Meg L. People without overhead luggage should get to have the front of the plane because they disembark immediately. Interesting.
No.
I can get down with that a little bit, except for the fact that I have luggage and I get off right away.
Yeah.
I don't waste a lot of time. Maybe ask the question, are you going to fiddle around with your bags?
Ask him a question. Are you going to fiddle around?
Can you get it? Can you get
Small
it?
talkers should be in the back of the plane.
Small talkers?
Yeah.
Oh, meaning like...
Also Dusty.
Oh, yeah. No, not on a plane.
So we've got a package here. So Fiona, we have a package. This is a product. We don't know what it is. It's something related to our topic.
Now, our
today.
topic this week is
We don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
This package is going to tell us.
All right, we don't know. Here, Fiona, you want to?
Yeah, you want to look through it.
I don't know.
It's ticking.
It's.
Oh.
What is it? It is. Look
Whoa.
at that model
Oh.
plane.
It's the Wright brothers.
This is way more advanced than what the Wright brothers had, right? That looks like a World War II or one. One of
I
them.
bet it's one of those two.
Yeah. 3.
World War III.
Yeah.
That is cool looking.
I like that it's yellow.
Today we are talking about air travel.
Air travel.
Oh, man.
So it sounds like you've got some things you want to get off your chest. So take it away, Fiona.
Dude.
You got issues with Southwest? And their new
I got
policy?
issues with it. Being a disabled person at the airport, like a real one, is
Like a,
Like a real airport or a real disabled one?
disabled
but don't you
person.
think with like the parking spots and everything, like it balances out? I think it's even.
Well, what about, don't you sometimes get people in there that'll push you around? Oh, you have your own.
Yeah, I pushed myself.
What about, you ever get on the car in the airport where the guy will go, get out of the way?
Beep, beep.
No,
Yeah.
but I've almost been hit by one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's no benefit. They always think I have a bomb on me. Like,
We were on
Oh, yeah.
we were on the same flight once from Tulsa,
Yeah.
and this is when it was still A, B, and C boarding group. So I'm like, man, if I could buddy up with Fiona, I could get on way early.
I get to bring one person. So
But you're not
okay.
wasting that on Brian.
No.
Yeah, she found a stranger.
Oh my god! I actually did that one time.
People go, is he bothering you?
my flight got like really delayed, and I ended up drinking at the airport bar in Las Vegas, and I met this older married couple. Now it's like I get on the plane first, and they're like, "Oh, we're boarding Group C," and I was like, "And come with me," and I was like, "These are my parents," and I brought them with me.
And they're like, actually, we're not that old.
That is exactly what happened.
Oh.
Yeah.
They got offended. They go, no, we'll sit in the center.
They were
line."
like 40, which is basically Matt's age. My husband.
So that was 2. So you can't have more than one. if
Only if I like cry a little bit.
Okay.
And I gotta act a little more.
And you'd been
disabled.
drinking, so it's fine.
You dial it up a little.
Yeah, you play the cards you have.
If you're drinking at the bar in Las Vegas airport, you're sad already.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
There's a real sadness.
Not
in
a
the air.
hard sell, you know.
Yeah.
Do you fly Southwest most of the time out of Nashville?
Well, yeah, and the reason used to be because of the unassigned seating.
Mm-hmm.
Because that front row was reserved for disabled people,
Mm-hmm.
which makes a lot of sense because I can like stand a little bit. So if I'm there, I can use the restroom on the plane if I need to. If I'm not going to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Like, period.
They should still keep that.
The handicap
Front
thing.
seat, yeah.
I agree. You
Yeah.
want to know what they did?
What?
So now you have to pick your seat, right?
Mhm.
Like all the other whatever. But the handicap seating is an extra $85 because it's seen as like their first class. So instead of having accessibility, the highest bidder gets it. And you have to
That's
keep
the first negative I've seen with the new policy.
Dude,
Like, that's a
I'm
huge negative.
furious.
That's a huge
pretty
negative.
I'm
crazy.
so mad.
It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, at least if you can prove, I don't know how you would prove it when you're booking, but if you could prove it, it should be.
Submit a video.
But it's like, because you get it though. I mean, some of the people that were boarding before were not.
Totally agree.
Right?
And I'm glad they're gone.
Yeah.
But they also, I've seen a lot of that. I've had fake disabled people trying to use it just to board first or whatever.
Yeah.
Take all the handicap seats, and then I'm like,
Yeah,
you know,
I actually need
and
that.
then I'm
Giving them
like,
the
don't look
eye.
away. You better watch me
Yeah.
struggle.
Yeah.
I like to make people watch.
Yeah.
It's my thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that makes me pretty mad about Southwest right now. They told me that I could book my ticket and then call and tell them I'm a real disabled person.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll give me that front seat if it's still available. And I'm
man.
like,
Yeah.
oh, what an angel. Thank you.
Yeah. Jump through some hoops for us.
Seriously.
Right.
It seems like you could do something to prove it, and then it's always on your status, like every time you book a new
I
flight.
agree. Like the way you have to be like TSA pre-check,
Yeah.
there should be like a.
Oh, I bet Clear does disability
they do.
authenticity.
I bet they do. I bet they do.
Are you TSA pre-check or clear?
No, I have God's pre-check.
Oh, so they just let you through.
Well, now they do. I made a video that went real viral, and I didn't mean to.
Oh, yeah.
What was it?
But I can stand a little bit, and sometimes I have good days, like good body days. And I was at the airport, and I didn't want to wait for them to search me, so I was like, I'm gonna get in this thing, you know. And they were like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." And the person I was with was already through, and she was recording. I told her to, and I just go, that was cool. That I could do that.
You're talking about the thing where you put your arms up like that.
So like these ladies are kind of holding on to me, and then I'm like, "Don't touch me!" And then I like do it. Anyways, that video went really viral. The caption was, "I chose to do this because I didn't want confusion." I was at the airport a couple weeks ago, and they put me through immediately now. And they were like, "I want you to know, BNA got thousands of emails
Wow.
based on that video." People were furious because they thought they forced me out of my chair,
Wow.
even though I said they didn't. And they were like, the funniest part was one of the ladies helping you in the video was the head supervisor.
Whoa.
And she was like, "She asked." And I'm like, "She asked what I was wearing next?"
Well, that's
great.
awesome. Well, you created change.
Well, I hope you get thousands of emails for this Southwest thing that we just
I
done.
really pretty
Even though I'm a big
good.
supporter of what Southwest has done with
Yeah,
the
Does
other
he?
make that
ones.
one change.
But
Make that one
this,
change.
make this change.
We
Yes.
need to film
Yes.
a viral video of you stuck behind. I'm going to stand on the moving walkway, and then I'm like blocking you, and then we'll post that, and then it'll get them to enforce. What do you think?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody standing on the moving wall.
Standing on the moving walkway.
You better
Yeah.
be moving a moving
Yeah.
walkway.
Do you
Yeah.
use the moving walkway?
I tried and I got yelled at. That is the truth.
Yeah.
They're real fun in the wheelchair.
I bet so, especially you got the motorized one.
Yeah.
You really get going,
Oh,
get the wind going. In your ear.
Right.
The wind.
It's
60 miles
when
an
you've
hour.
been in
Yeah.
airports all day. It's kind of like being outside. For a second.
Are there airports that are like so much worse than others for you to have to get around? What's a
The ones with trains.
sure.
Oh my
So
goodness.
Tampa, Atlanta,
Denver.
Denver, yeah.
How about
love
Charlotte?
Denver.
Charlotte's no trains, but do you like that? Charlotte Airport?
He wants you to say no.
I don't.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
If you fly Southwest, you don't fly through
I
Charlotte
guess
that
so.
often.
I did
yeah.
American for so long, and I went to Charlotte a ton of times.
Dallas, Fort Worth.
Yeah, I always go to Love because I'm Southwest.
What do
Love
you
is
do?
pretty
Oh,
nice.
there's an elevator. I was going to say, because you have to go up to get on that train in Dallas, but there is an elevator.
Oh my gosh. The worst airport is the Atlanta airport.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I always try to
Nothing
avoid
worse.
it.
Everyone's faking their disability. This is a true story. Is this too much airport talk?
No, this
No, this is the topic of the
about.
episode.
Oh,
Look at this thing.
okay.
Sorry, we have nothing else to talk. That's all we talk.
You're like, we're really banking on this.
Yeah.
Dude, so I'm at the Atlanta airport. When I'm alone, there are wheelchair attendants, right? The people you see pushing people.
Mm-hmm.
I have an electric wheelchair. I'm good on that end. But when I'm alone and I have bags, I want them to roll them for me so I can go, right? So I'm rolling up to the wheelchair attendant. It's like family of 7 or 8 people run past me on their legs, okay, sprinting past me, and they all go, we all need chairs. They have to line up like 8 wheelchairs. There are only like 5 attendants working.
Oh my God.
And so like they're like taking them, and we're all going to the same freaking place.
They run by you
They
and say,
run
we
by me.
all need chairs?
Yes. So then there are so few attendants. I showed up 2.5 hours early from my flight. I almost missed my flight. Like I'm like there like with 5 minutes to spare.
I think if you take a chair and you don't need it, you go to jail.
I agree.
I think at least banned from the airport.
I have
I think some jails.
fix, I think, for that.
Okay.
But no, so we're all going to the same place. So at one point,
Break their legs so they need them?
yes.
Yeah.
I want you to feel the pain I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah.
That's equality.
Yeah.
And
Everyone.
I
if
agree.
you're so jealous, let's be real about this.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Equality is
I think
everyone in a wheelchair.
If you, no more top shelves. And no, I think if you use the perks of being disabled, which is getting on first,
Yeah.
you should have to get off last, like I do. I have to wait for everyone to deboard
Mm-hmm.
every day. But okay, so this family, we're all on the same flight, and
Were
there's
they fat? Were they a bunch of fat people? They weren't.
no.
Mm.
I know. And that pissed me off too. Honestly.
Well, she did say they ran past her.
But it could have been. It could have been ugly.
Yeah.
Could have been all they had. And no. So now there's one attendant and there's 2 people in the family, at least sisters, I believe, and then me. And the guy's just like doing their chair and rolling my back, this poor dude, you know, and I'm like trying to help. I don't know. We get to the gate. And they're like, all right, we're boarding now. And the people were like, you get to get on first, Fiona. And these people that were lying were furious that I was getting on before them.
Oh my God.
Like, so mad. And they also thought the airport gave me my electric wheelchair, and they were mad they didn't get one.
That's so,
Like, it was and I was by myself, so I'm just like, okay.
Wow.
And so I get on the plane, and now the 2 ladies that were like going with me, they're sitting next to me in the handicap row. And I'm on the inside, so if I have to go to the bathroom, they gotta get up because I can't like scooch past you. So I did have to use the restroom at one point, and I was like, hey, would y'all mind getting up? Like, I can't walk that well. I have to go to the bathroom. And they were like, we're disabled too. We don't have to. And refused to get up.
Wow.
And I had to ding the flight attendant. And I was like, this is awkward. I have to go to the bathroom.
they won't move.
They won't move. And they were like, you have to get up. And they started screaming about how they were disabled too. They got on the plane in chairs too. And the flight attendant was like, I saw you walk on. You're just stand up for a minute.
Wow.
They get up. I go to the bathroom. I'm coming back. And flight attendant's like helping me walk. Like, it's not pretty. And some random guy on the plane was like, oh my God, Fiona Cauley, I'm a huge fan. These ladies see this. And I sit down and then they're like, who are you? And I was like, don't worry about
Your
me.
worst nightmare.
Yeah. Like, I will be talking about this on Public Figures.
Wow.
Wow.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
terrible.
that
People
just,
are the worst.
That validates what I've been saying all along about
Was
these
that-
people faking. It's so like when I used to be boarding and I would watch all these people going on, I'm like, there's no way that all of you and people, when I talked about it on this podcast, people acted like I was somehow making fun of disabled people. I'm saying the people that don't need it are the people, like, they should be publicly ridiculed.
I agree. I think that's the grossest thing you can do.
When you guys landed, did they
run off the plane? Yeah, they did. They ran right off, and
they should be banned from flying.
I tried to trip them, but
I don't disagree. The no-fly list. That's what it should be for.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
Yeah.
Why would they care so much about not standing up that they would lie about being disabled? Just get up.
Because
they were mad that the airport gave her an electric wheel,
so they were taking it out on her. Wow, that's crazy.
I mean, so mad. Like,
that was Delta though.
No. Southwest.
Whoa.
That was before the sign seated.
Okay.
So that is true.
Okay.
Maybe it deters some of the.
Hopefully so. Like
Hopefully.
the $85 is unreal, but I feel like if you can prove ahead of time, like something that stays on, like we talked about, something that stays on, then you don't pay, and then the people trying to fraud the system will be deterred by the
I
85.
would submit on my Southwest account my like diagnosis papers or like a doctor's note.
You would do that?
I totally would.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
No, not at all.
You should.
I never thought about that before.
I mean, that's a really good idea. Like a legitimate we're running into weird territory.
You think so?
People fake it.
I think if they go to that length to fake it, though,
they deserve it.
Not deserve it, but I think most people wouldn't go to that length.
Yeah.
These people that you talk about probably would.
God, yeah.
But running to a wheelchair and saying, crazy. I need someone to push me. Jeez.
Yep, that's great. It's because I've taken a flight with you when you and Lucy. I can't remember, went to L.A. or something.
Oh my!
And God. it is interesting, like because we don't have to think about this kind of stuff on a day-to-day basis, and once you kind of see all the things that you have to go through doing these things that are routine for me, it's like it's pretty wild, and it makes me think about that stuff now, like just as I'm going around the airport and stuff. And I haven't used a handicap stall since.
I'm very proud of you.
I actually don't know if that's true. I'm sure I have, but I think about it.
Dude, I finally...
Dusty used one this morning.
I'm in and out, though, guys.
He drove to the airport.
I'm in and out.
I finally said something to someone in the handicap stall.
Really?
I always kind of like get nervous and I end up just being like, don't do that. You know? Like,
what do you say?
Well, I was waiting. It was the airport.
Yeah.
Nashville airport. And this lady's in the handicap stall, and there's always a chance that she might be disabled, you know? So I'm not going to. But every other stall is open. The only one taken is that one. Yeah. And that's what gets me. When the rest are full, I understand.
Yes. And that's what I've said too. Okay.
Yeah, or if it's like 1 and 2, I'm not going to assume the only normal one wasn't taken if someone's you know what I'm saying? Right. But if we're in like an airport situation, what are you doing?
But also they're just in there on their phone.
I know.
Like, just get in and out. That's why I think there needs to be a door.
You should do yonder bags.
Let me ask you this, Fiona. If I went in a restroom and every stall was open except the handicap one, that would make me think more than ever that person must really be handicapped.
Right. I actually thought that too, because I was like, you can't be this dumb or this bad of a person. Like, you had to walk to the very end of the stalls to get there.
People underestimate how bad most people are.
Really bad.
There's a Luke Bryan song called I Believe Most People Are Good. And it's like, why does he believe that? It's not true at all. And most mamas aren't qualified for sainthood either. He doesn't know a lot of the moms I know.
You know what, all this bathroom talk and that. I gotta go.
All right.
Okay.
How about that? You come this way, make us all get up.
No, but this lady was going to the bathroom in the handicap stall, and I'm waiting, and she opens the door, big fur jacket, no suitcase, not even like couldn't fit my no bag.
Fur jacket?
Yes.
In the
Maybe she
bathroom?
needed the coat hook in
She,
the handicap stall.
she looked at me and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry," and I said, "I don't think you are."
Oh, I love it. I love it.
And so every other stall is open here, and she tried to be like, "Isn't that a handicap stall?" I was like, "No." And then
No.
she looked at me like, and I was like, "Don't do it again." And I was so proud of myself
That's
because
pretty
I
great.
get
I like
real
that.
nervous
That's pretty
being
great.
direct.
I like that.
Thinking.
Yeah, that's good. Just that's crazy. I think a fur coat in the airport bathroom is gross. Doesn't that feel? It's probably so. You got to get that dry clean on the way out.
Yeah.
I saw someone smoking a real cigarette in the handicap stall at the B&A airport.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, you can pass."
Yeah.
That's kinda cool.
Yeah.
I one time getting off the airport in Nashville, coming up the jet bridge, a guy lit a cigarette and smoked it all the way on the jet bridge, and then dropped it on the floor in the airport, stepped on it, and kept going.
That's cool.
I was like, that was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
That's
I-
pretty
Sorry.
cool.
I was like, way to go, dude.
Yeah, we'll allow
Can
it.
he be my dad?
Yeah. Maybe he is the kind of guy that would leave. I bet.
I love that.
His mom would have to get the ice cream.
Now, what's a great airport? What is the Nashville one pretty good? All things
I
considered.
really do love the
Okay.
It's just people everywhere kind of are bad. And Nashville airport's great. I'm always happy to come back to it.
I love the Nashville airport.
Yeah.
You know, I used to. I interned at a PR company here in Nashville. One of our clients was Nashville Airport, and I wrote a couple of their press releases. This was when I was like 23, and the Nashville Airport, they've innovated in a lot. They were the first airport to allow Uber and Lyft to pick up and drop off at the airport.
Wow.
And they were the first airport, or I don't know if they were the first one, but very early on, to allow people to you can take open containers of alcohol around the airport. They were like innovators in that way. And I remember I
Those
wrote
two things seem connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what? Yeah, you know what? I should have made that connection when I wrote it. Speaking of which, you can drink now, you know?
But let me, do you want to say something?
No.
I was going to ask about a few days ago, the Tampa airport issued a press release saying no more pajamas in the airport.
I was told that was fake.
Well, they're not.
How can you prove it? How can you prove it?
You can smell it.
Hey, pajamas are pajamas until you're outside. Now you're just comfy.
They're not going to enforce it, but they're encouraging it.
Right. Right.
For what?
I actually, because I retweeted it and said, way to go, Tampa. And then it got fact checked.
Oh, we got community
Wait,
noted?
you're
Community
anti. Why?
Well, I just want people to dress better in public.
You sound my grandpa. He's literally 94.
Yeah. You want people to dress better? For why?
He wasn't wear suits and ties.
I don't want you to have to dress up, but I do want you to wear your outdoor clothes, you know?
But sitting is so uncomfortable.
Yeah, it can be.
Again, if you're wheelchair bound, you do what you need
Whatever.
to do. You
I get
do
to
what
wear,
you need to do.
Okay.
Yes.
Onesies.
Yeah, you do what you need to do.
You're going to make different assumptions.
Yeah, I mean, if
about
people
me.
have other difficulties in life, you get many passes in my book.
I like
Right.
that.
But if you're just, you're running to a wheelchair, you should not be allowed to wear
You
pajamas.
better be in a sundress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No Tweety Bird pants.
What about like a matching tracksuit?
Tracksuits?
Tracksuits
I'm
can look.
into it.
Okay,
some
I wear
athleisure
tracksuits.
can
I
look nice.
encourage tracksuits.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
I can get on board. You mean like no like
like
Mickey Mouse PJ
exactly.
pants.
Cookie
Yeah.
Monster.
Yeah.
and you're in like fluffy shoes, house shoes.
And you got a pillow with you, and you look like you just
What
rolled out
about
of bed.
Crocs?
well,
I love
I wear
Crocs.
Crocs to the airport every time.
I'm wearing Crocs right now, but Dusty's a Croc guy as well.
I have a pair of Crocs that I wear around the house.
Have a pair. You're
And
trying to
no-
backtrack from it now.
No, my father.
You're trying to hawk them on Instagram not long ago. Right?
Well, my father-in-law, I did say this. My father-in-law was like, "Hey, I got these Crocs. Do you want them?" And I said, "No."
I'm anti-Croc.
And he goes, "No, take them. They're your size." I go, "I don't want them." And then he offered a third time. I go, okay, I'll take them.
Yeah.
And then I was wearing them a lot after that.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I had an incredibly similar Croc experience. Matt's mom, my mother-in-law, bought me Crocs, and I was like, thank you so much, Kathy. I'm never going to wear these.
Yeah.
I wear them all the time.
Yeah.
I also, disability hack.
Yeah. I'm looking for one.
If you're disabled,
Okay.
showering real scary, especially when you travel because the ground in the shower can be real slippery.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can wear your freaking Crocs.
And those are good shower shoes.
Yeah, I wear them in
Wow.
the shower every time because they're like anti-slip mats on your feet.
You know, when I waited tables, I used to wear Crocs because they were anti-slip.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, where? At Hyman's?
Yeah. It was either that
What
or
was
the
the
shoes
name
for
of that
cruise.
place?
Hyman Seafood.
Very cool.
Yeah.
No, I love that. Keep going. Keep moving.
Yeah. But I have jokes about it. And, yeah. I mean,
Seafood? Okay, no.
Yeah. It's a good spot, actually. If you're in Charleston, go check it out.
Okay.
my name's on the wall in there. Yeah.
He's got a little plaque on the table, too.
Yeah.
They really are proud
But
of Dustin.
they are very well, they're well aware of the jokes
Yeah.
about their name.
They live with it their
It's
whole
kind
life.
of good marketing
Yeah.
if they just leaned into it.
I had some, I had some taglines for them that I can't say, but I had some taglines that I thought would be good.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
Guys, can I have a minute with you?
Mm-hmm.
Talk
Yes.
about some glasses. Buying glasses used to feel way more complicated than ever needed to be. Everything was overpriced. The styles felt outdated. And
Yes.
somehow you needed a spreadsheet just to understand
I know.
what you were buying. Shopping online, don't even get me started. How are you supposed to know if frames will look good on your face from one tiny picture? That's why I only use Warby Parker. They've completely changed the experience. Their virtual try-on is a total game changer. That's video of Abby, our producer, trying on. You can just point your phone camera and instantly see frames on your face in real time. I've tried other virtual try-ons that felt off, but Warby Parkers actually work. You can really tell how the glasses will look and fit. And when it comes to quality for the price, don't even get me started on this, guys. Unbeatable. Their prescription glasses start at just $95, so you don't have to choose between stylish frames and affordability anymore.
Right.
They even have over 300 retail stores if you want to shop in person. So Warby Parker gives you quality and better looking prescription eyewear at a fraction of the going price. Our listeners get 15% off plus free shipping when they buy 2 or more pairs of prescription glasses at warbyparker.com/Nateland. That's 15% off when you buy 2 pair of glasses at warbyparker.com/Nateland. Now, after you purchase, they're going to ask you where you heard about them. What should they say?
Be honest.
I would say the Public Figures podcast sent you there.
Yep.
Not just this show. Be specific about what it is.
Please support our show and tell them our show sent you.
Yeah.
Boom.
Public Figures podcast.
That's right. Fiona, do you watch movies on planes? Do you sleep? What's your
I listen to murder podcasts.
Okay.
It's the only thing that puts me to sleep.
On
and
speakerphone?
I've got Apple headphones.
Oh, nice. The big ones?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And they do
Yeah.
noise canceling
Yeah,
too, right?
it's
Yeah, those are
amazing.
legit. Those are real
So
legit.
Yeah, I like a noise canceling headphone.
Mhm.
I plug in. I never go wireless, but I do like noise canceling.
Why don't you don't like wireless?
No.
You don't trust
No, you don't like
it.
wires. Oh, yeah, you don't like wireless.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I got
yeah.
confused myself.
You like a cord.
Well, the reason that I got into headphones originally was because I didn't want to hold the phone to my head.
Mm-hmm.
And then when wireless came around, I started wearing them. And then I go, well, that's basically all that is just now being transmitted to my head.
Yeah.
And so I go wired.
Okay.
No Bluetooth.
No,
headsets.
no, I don't understand.
Yeah, for why?
Well, well, there's radiation.
Okay,
that
so
goes to
it's
the
like
phone.
a health concern.
Yeah. And you know
yeah.
what? I stopped. I used to get vertigo. Who knows? I could have it when I leave here. But
Mm-hmm.
I stopped getting it when I stopped wearing my Bluetooth headsets.
Really?
Yeah.
And you haven't had it since?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what's wrong with me.
Yeah, I got those Apple earphones in high school.
Ever since then, I've been in a wheelchair.
Try some wires.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that's maybe I don't know. Who am I to? I don't know. What I'm
Wouldn't that
talking
be
about.
crazy though? If you
That
wore wired
would
headsets
be.
and then you're like,
If we found out it was something real simple,
Dusty
I'm like,
solves
you
it.
need to eat ice cream and wear
wired headsets. Yeah.
That's all it took.
And not wear
no.
Crocs.
And not wear
Yeah,
Crocs.
that's the doctor's orders, you know.
But you wrote your book on the plane, right?
Yeah.
In one plane ride.
Yeah. That's why they had to get a ghostwriter.
Yeah.
It's from Nashville to Chattanooga.
Malevolent. It's not good, but I finished.
No, I did. I mean,
It's all about the guy sitting next to
yeah.
me.
Yeah. Well, I do have a flight section, but flight complaints. But I mean, because I like movies though. I watch a lot of Columbo on the flights.
That's not a
It's a
movie.
TV show.
It's a TV show, but they're movie length. They're short movie length, and a lot of the planes are hour and a half or less.
Mhm.
A lot of Columbo episodes, hour 15 to an hour and a
that's
half.
nice.
Perfect movie.
They are?
Yeah,
Columbo episodes are typically 70 to 100 minutes long.
yeah.
That's crazy.
That's very interesting.
They function more like TV movies than standard 60-minute dramas. I had no idea about
Yeah.
that.
A
So your
TV
guys'
movie.
joke about it not being a movie seems less funny now.
I mean, it wasn't even great in the
Seems like
Yeah.
someone owes someone an apology.
You're right. Dusty, I owe you an apology. Aaron, do you have anything you want to say?
No, I'm good.
Fiona, did you get to the airport early?
Yeah. 2 hours at least
2 hours before departure or before boarding?
before boarding.
So 9:30 flight, you're getting there 7.
Yeah, you have to when you're physically disabled, you have to account for a lot of extra time. I can't run.
I'm 2 hours early, and I'm,
You're all
I
right.
don't have it. Yeah, I mean, I like to get there early.
Yeah, I don't like the stress.
I was there so long one time, and then Brian showed up right as the flight was boarding. I never pictured Brian to be that relaxed about flying.
yeah, you don't get that. That's shocking.
I mean, why y'all like hanging out at the airport all day?
That's why people always say Brian looks worried, and Brian's pretty chill.
He
Roll
should
in.
be maybe a little more worried.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, if I was in a wheelchair, I'd get there 15 minutes before takeoff. I'd just zip right in.
Yeah.
I would never slow down. Yeah.
What are some things that the airport should do, like would be easy for airports to do to make things easier, that are like something that I might not even think of? Like if you were designing an airport from scratch.
This is a question for
open
Fiona.
Yeah, is this just for Fiona?
I mean,
Sorry,
y'all can weigh in if you
I got
want.
some stuff I'd like to check.
Yeah, you start. You start.
I think no. I always think about what you say, Aaron, about baggage claim, and if they just had maybe a painted off something, just indicate people stay behind this line.
Then I kind of listen to it.
Oh yeah, why are we rushing that? You'll see your bag. Sorry.
But you can't even see it if everybody
I know.
herds up to it. It makes me.
You should get a ticket.
I'm a little guilty.
furious.
I'm a little guilty of when I see my bag, I go to it.
Well, sure.
You get real excited.
But when
Like
I
right
don't,
when it comes out of the thing.
but I don't crowd the line.
if we stand back, I one of these days I'm gonna have a Fiona moment where I'm gonna stand up for myself at the
Yeah.
airport. I'm gonna go, hey everybody, if we all just back up, we can all see our bags, huh?
And if I'm there
then,
and
you know.
don't know Aaron, I go, "This guy think
Yeah, that guy won't shut up.
he works at the airport or what?"
I get no support from anybody. Nobody does anything. But there are airports where they have it marked off, but it's not marked off far enough back. Some of these airports, they got 5 feet. They got a little line that's a gentle suggestion. We need an armed police officer there that says 30 feet back from the carousel.
Gun drawn at all times.
Well, at least his hand on it.
no
Yeah.
gentle suggestion,
Yeah.
just aggressive comments.
Yeah.
I want people when they get to the Nashville airport to go, what is this, Bosnia? But it's Nashville.
Yeah.
That's how seriously I want them to take it.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have some in mind? Anybody else think of some?
Well, mine's all disability related.
Boring.
Mine's all moving sidewalk and escalator related.
It's
but
all human behavior.
But I'm like, just if you want to stand, fine.
Yeah.
But just stand to the one side and so that other people can move along. Because I think most individual people get that. But sometimes when they're coupled up, they want to stand next to each other.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Which is crazy.
yeah, just get out of the way.
Yeah.
Let me roll through.
It's like same side sitters.
Yeah.
Do you ever sit same side with Matt at like a restaurant?
When you guys are alone, just the two of you.
Only because sometimes he can't hear it at one of his ears.
Okay.
So Matt has a disability.
Yeah, he makes me look real able. No, it's just he can't hear me that well. I'm very soft spoken.
But you wouldn't want to be, so you have to, if you do same side, it has to be
if
on the
it's
good
a
ear.
loud restaurant.
has
Yeah,
to be on the
sometimes
good ear.
I'm
Or like an
the
Olive
one
Garden
to
where these
obey.
guys go.
Yeah.
Our parties get pretty wild over
Yeah.
there. We have a good
Yeah.
time.
Can't believe you never come.
I think airports should have a wall of shame.
I love this.
Okay.
I love this. Yeah.
Stick with me. I'm going to bring something up you may not have noticed, so I am furious about
Okay.
it.
Hope I didn't do it.
No,
What?
this is no one's fault but somebody. And okay, you know at airports, every airport, there's like the normal male, female bathrooms, right?
Yeah.
There's also just a separate bathroom. It's one big bathroom.
Mhm.
It's for families. So people with a small kid
Yeah.
totally get that.
Yeah.
And disabled people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's correct to me. They're changing it.
What are they doing?
Oh, no.
Families / handicap / gender neutral. Okay.
So crowding
And
it up.
I'm not trying to make a political statement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm making it's about utility.
You're
Sure.
crowding it up.
Yeah.
You're crowding
Yeah,
it up.
yeah, yeah.
Like, and anyone can say they are that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Am I being
You need a bathroom. You need the bathroom.
You're making
right?
great
like
And you- and
disabled people and children
it's just
are
crowding it
gonna
up. It's crowding it up.
keep
It's like we want
themselves
to
if they have
accommodate.
the
We
way.
want to accommodate everybody, make everybody feel good, but not at the expense of us,
Right.
right? Like build a separate bathroom that's
Yes.
whatever you want it
If
to
you
be.
really
Separate water
yeah.
fountains.
What? Stop there.
Exactly.
They do have separate water fountains. The shorter one.
Yeah. I let Matt use that one. For those of you that don't
Yeah.
know, my husband is a little guy.
Well, he's
He's
not.
not a little.
Yeah.
He's
he's
not
not
like
a
Nick
little guy.
Novicki, but
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah.
little guy.
You are taller than him.
I am.
Yeah.
And
In the chair.
I want to.
Matt's in the next room, guys. Come on.
No, I like.
We
I
got
don't.
Matt coming in
I
for the
don't.
rebuttal
I don't
episode.
think that about. I don't think of Matt as a short guy.
I don't
no.
think of it
No.
either.
Oh, I
Oh, it's fun to
love
joke
that
about.
he's short.
How tall is Matt?
5'7".
Ugh.
I don't like tall people. It hurts my neck to look up at
I don't
you.
like tall people either. That's something I say
It's
routinely.
suspicious.
Yeah.
5'7" is average. That's average height.
I think it's 5'8".
I'm talking about worldwide.
Okay.
I have. We're having too much fun, so I got some stats here I want to
Okay.
share.
Okay, let's bring it down a bit.
How many flights in the U.S. do you think goes out daily? And I'll preface it by saying I would have been so low.
10,000.
23,000.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 23,001.
And I'll just say, for the record, I would have guessed like 1,000.
Yeah.
45,000.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a ton. Most
some-
of it from Atlanta.
Some days is over 50,000, but on average, 45,000 flights a day just in the U.S.
It's weird that two people would have to go to the bathroom on this one podcast, but I got to go too.
Well, this is what Fiona's teaching us: is to stand up for ourselves and don't wait for the world to accommodate you. Sometimes you have to stand
Yeah.
up and
If you can stand up for yourself, do it.
See, before you came on the pod, we would all just hold it and be uncomfortable the whole time.
Yeah.
But now we're like, let's just get after it.
No.
Now I'm like young, and so I don't have to worry about this kind of stuff. But yeah,
No, I totally.
Were you
get
making a
that.
joke about how we could just stand up
Yeah.
and go?
Yeah.
Do you need to go?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm wearing a diaper. Don't worry. I am not. There are a lot of rumors online because I make that joke a lot.
oh yeah,
Don't worry, guys.
I was worried.
Not yet.
They just announced the airports that have the best percentage of getting off on time and the worst percentage of getting off on time. I think that's what I emailed you.
yeah.
You want to
Of what?
of delays or
the most flight disruptions and the least flight disruptions.
Like where?
Yeah,
Like
which airports?
The most?
Yeah, what's the worst airport in terms of cancellations and flight delays and all that kind of stuff?
We'll ask Dusty because he'll be back. So he didn't wash his hands. So
yeah, it'll be real quick.
Keeping it dusty.
We've got the list here.
I would guess, without looking, I mean, I see the list here, but I would have guessed places that have bad weather.
Oh, like New York.
Yeah.
LaGuardia.
Do you think New York is a bad weather city?
Yeah.
I guess I would have said like Buffalo or something like that.
Yeah.
But New York.
Maybe she
It's
just meant the
hot.
state.
It's too hot.
Now I saw the list, but the number one answer I would have got right just because it got talked about a lot
What?
last year as being like the worst airport in the country.
Oh, it did.
Yeah, a lot. I'm waiting on. Should we just keep going without Dusty?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
don't need him.
Yeah,
Do you want me to just play both parts?
All right, Dusty.
Okay. That's all right. We're talking about, we found a list of the best airports in the country and the worst airports in the country in terms of flight disruptions.
Okay.
Now, what's your instinct for what's the worst airport in the country in terms of flight disruptions?
I think it's got to be Chicago. It's got to be O'Hare.
Okay.
That's what
Oh,
I
I
think.
just went to that airport.
O'Hare.
Oh.
I mean, I think there's potential that there could be a small one that's very.
Now, think about a one
major airports.
that's maligned a lot by comedians and is talked about.
I think
and
O'Hare is.
O'Hare's up there, but there's a real bad one.
I mean, I don't like Charlotte.
Boom, Newark.
Yeah.
Newark Airport.
Oh, I never.
But O'Hare is number 2.
Yeah.
O'Hare is number 2,
I
and
never-
it's
Dang, I
never
was
fly
pretty
Newark.
close too.
and you know what? New York
LaGuardia.
was. I'm sorry. Yeah, you know what? Y'all are all kind of right because it's Newark, O'Hare, and then LaGuardia.
I've never had a problem with LaGuardia, and I've never flown to Newark. I
Last
don't
year,
think.
29% of passengers had their flight disrupted in some way.
Wow.
29%.
And I don't fly to LaGuardia a lot. I mean, I guess if I go to New York City is the only time I use that. I'm never connecting.
Yeah, sure.
I connect tons of times through O'Hare.
Yeah.
I had to fly to Newark a lot when they do a lot of clinical trials out there.
Okay.
Yeah, the
At the airport? At Newark.
Yeah, they're
next to
just
the Annie
running
Ann's.
tests on us in the handicap stall.
But I think these are all very busy airports, so I just think it's natural to have this happen.
Like
Right?
the odds are
dude,
high.
Atlanta's not in the top 10.
And there's also a list of the least disrupted.
But Atlanta
It's the busiest airport in the country.
is a good weather city, though.
Okay.
I feel like there's never any reason.
But look, here's Miami. Miami's in at number 7. 27%
okay.
of flights are disrupted.
I think Miami.
I hate the Miami
Airport's an old airport. You like get dropped off outside.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to run out of battery before.
yeah.
And actually, Fort Lauderdale and Orlando round out the top 10, too. So we got 3 airports in Florida.
But maybe hurricane stuff
Hurricane stuff doesn't
affects
help.
that. And a lot of rain in Florida, heavy rain. Like one time I flew to, I think, Orlando, and we had to get rerouted because of a storm and land somewhere else, get gas, and then fly back to Orlando.
This is random. I was on one flight one time where we had to do an emergency landing
Oh,
because someone had a health issue and it wasn't me.
oh,
Yeah, thank you.
Well, what was happening?
Yeah.
It was a man.
Ugh. Get over yourself.
Like this is the most man thing though.
Yeah.
Like a woman would never.
You would never die of a heart attack at 35?
No,
It was so man of him.
he had
An ulcer?
diabetes
Oh.
and forgot his medicine.
The nerve.
A woman would never.
Where did they had to, like, how far was the flight?
Yeah.
We
Right.
were flying to Nashville from San Francisco.
That's a long flight.
Where do you have
It's across
where'd
Yeah.
guys
Where'd you land at?
New Mexico?
So not very long after the
No,
flight.
I was furious.
You hadn't even got drinks out yet.
They wouldn't give me my
That's
drink.
when he realized. He goes, I want to get a drink, but I couldn't find my insult.
And
that feeling must be like,
Yeah.
oh boy.
Oh my God. And they did the whole, are there any doctors on board?
oh wow.
There was a dentist.
Yeah, and they got rejected. He goes, I'm a dentist. They
Dude,
go, no.
I went to the dentist today, and my dentist's name, this is crazy. His name is Dr. Lawyer.
Wow.
That's a fake.
Are your parents like disappointed?
Dr.
Like,
Lawyer.
they set you up, dude.
Yeah.
And you only got the dentist.
Dr. Lawyer.
Dr. Lawyer.
He wanted me to call him that for real.
Yeah, Dr. Lawyer.
No.
What'd you want to call him? John?
Yeah.
Is that his name? So when y'all landed,
Officer
He was
astronaut.
mad.
when y'all made the emergency landing, did you get to stay on the plane?
Yeah.
And how long
It
before
took
it took?
that guy out. He didn't get to come back on.
They just kind of threw him
Yeah,
out.
I was like, get rid of him.
Off, buddy.
Don't need him. You're responsible
Well,
not
that's
to be
the right
disabled.
move, though. What is he? You got to wait for him at the drugstore? Like, I got to run to Walgreens real quick. I mean,
I just envisioned he died, but it's Southwest, so he's got a good seat, so somebody immediately
No,
moves up and
oh,
grabs
yeah.
it.
Immediately takes
Yeah.
that seat. Yeah.
Dude, I was on another Southwest flight with a comedian. I was traveling, Sean Flanagan,
Sean Flanagan used to live in Nashville. He moved, though,
to DC.
to D.C.
He's very like bougie,
Mm-hmm.
and he only flies Delta, and he does first class a lot. But it was on my time, so we're on Southwest,
Yeah.
and it was his first Southwest flight, and a dog pooped like
On the
real
flight?
bad, and it was running back into our
Welcome to
route.
the real
Oh.
world, Sean. Welcome to the real
I know.
world.
I'm
No,
like, this is America.
I'm very anti-dogs on planes.
Yeah. Unless they're like a seizure dog.
Now, do you think a lot of people are abusing the dog thing as well? Yeah.
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 Okay.
It
Just
sucks.
asking her perspective.
I think 99%
I
are abusing it.
I abuse it. My
Yeah.
dog's not a service dog. They just don't ask questions because I'm in a wheelchair.
I like to think somebody from airlines is watching this and they're taking notes and they're going, "Oh, that's a great point she made." And then you get to this part and they go, "What? She's abusing the system?"
You can do really whatever you want.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's true.
Yeah.
And they're not allowed to ask what the service animal does.
Oh, okay.
Really?
So if
It's
you can come
illegal.
up with a service animal vest, you can do it.
Amazon.
Yeah.
You can
My-
just get them on Amazon.
I have one.
Wow.
So you can get anything on.
you can get them for
swear.
any size dog.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the vest for my
That's
kids.
the one I have for Lulu.
This one just says
Yeah.
service dog.
Yeah.
You wonder, I wonder,
People go,
Actually,
oh, you
a
must have got
little-
that from the government.
Oh my gosh.
can I get that for my kid, you think?
Pick him up
yeah.
by the
Yeah,
back.
this kid's my service animal, and I don't need to buy a ticket for them.
Look, this one comes with a certification that it's a
Yeah,
service
I
dog.
have that.
$20 on it.
I have that.
That's all
I
it
have a
takes.
card with a photo of my dog. Like,
And they're not allowed to ask what it does.
mm-mm.
If they ask, what would you say? Actually, you're not
I'd
supposed
be
to.
like, "Are you serious?"
I have historical anxieties.
I used to have a joke where they used to let any animal on, like
Mm-hmm.
turkeys,
Iguanas.
Peacocks.
peacocks, anything. And then they finally cut it off. Said, "Nope, it's got a dog."
Just the good ones, yeah.
And I'm like, they got it backwards. The people with the dogs, they're just faking it.
Yeah.
But if you've got a service raccoon, that's
Yeah.
somebody's really got issues.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
probably shouldn't be flying.
But I want them to have it if we're up there.
I like an anxiety turkey. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Just gobble gobbling.
Yeah, like the least chill animal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're just, it really calms me down. That's so great.
You have a good turkey impression.
Thanks.
You've been working on that.
I have a little
Aaron's
bit.
very good.
Trying to work it into my act right now.
The best times to fly, best days of the week are Tuesday and Wednesdays.
Oh, okay.
Kind of makes sense. Times of day, midday, specifically late morning or early afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Favorite time to fly during the day? Do you fly out super early, or do you like?
If my show is that day, I'll fly out real early
Mhm.
because less delays I've noticed. But my
Mhm.
favorite, it's like 11 a.m.
Yeah, that's nice. It's not too
Yeah.
crowded there.
I don't like to get there so early that my hotel may not be ready.
It never is.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that?
Yeah,
The hotel times? Are you joking?
I know. It is
Serious.
4 p.m.
Oh,
check-in?
like 4
come on.
p.m. check-in, 8 a.m. check-out.
I think most of the Marriotts, by the way, are 3 p.m.
Yeah,
so it's
they
a
usually-
little better.
Yeah.
But the 4 p.m. I've showed up at 3, and at some place it'd be like a 4 p.m. checkout. I did that in Chicago one time. They wouldn't let me check in, and I go, okay, cool. And I just got in the lobby. I opened my bag. I changed my socks. I was like, all right, I'll just be right out here in the lobby then.
Yeah,
And
Your room opened up pretty quick.
yeah, it did.
I traveled. I don't want to say the name of the club, but I traveled and I let the club book the hotel, which I never do because they always get it wrong. Like, I need a handicap room.
Yeah,
I have one thing about me that's different.
yeah.
They never book that. It's always a normal one.
I
I'm like-
always get that one. I'm like, I don't want this.
and they're trying to tell
Yeah.
you something.
yeah.
He's putting his socks on in the lobby.
They change it right there. They're like, "Ugh." So I come in, there's a ton of traffic. So we're like late, and I'm in my pajamas. I'm sorry. But like I still
Another
have to
reason.
do makeup, get dressed. Like it takes me like an hour to get ready. And we get there to the hotel. It's like 5 p.m. And I was like, hey, for Fiona Cauley at the club booked it, blah, blah. And they were like, we give your room away.
Oh,
Wow. To
Wow.
whom?
Right. I was like, show them.
It's that
Show
woman in
me
the fur
them.
coat.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You said show them. I would
Yeah. Bring them out.
Yeah.
No.
Tell them I
and-
just want to say hi real quick.
I'm like, you give like to a disabled person. They're like, we can't disclose that.
HIPAA. You know, it's
Yeah.
HIPAA.
So they gave it away.
Yeah, because the club accidentally booked it for 2 nights and I wasn't there the night
first
before,
night.
so they gave it away. And my show was in 45 minutes.
Wow.
I had to go to the club and get dressed and do my makeup there.
So the club still doesn't add up. Like you book the hotel for 2 nights,
It doesn't sound like the club's fault at all. It sounds like the hotel.
and then the hotel gave it away.
Well, if you don't show up, they often do that.
I'm
but
still
you-
going to pay for it. Just
Yeah,
have it
it's
ready
still
for me.
booked.
They will give it away.
If you
every
don't
time.
call, they'll.
But why would they? I don't understand the benefit of giving it away. They're still getting the same amount of money from the room.
And no house cleaning.
I
Yeah.
think they double. If
They still charge you for the night that you weren't there, that they gave it away to somebody else? Oh
I
my God.
Don't
Bert.
tou-
That's all
don't
right.
touch
We'll pick it
it.
up later.
I got it.
I slept in the Atlanta airport one night because I was flying to Iowa.
Yeah.
And it was Delta through Atlanta, and there was a huge snowstorm, so it took us forever to get out of Nashville. And by the time I got to my hotel in Atlanta, it was after midnight, and they said, we've given your room away, and the hotel's completely booked.
Wow.
And every hotel around was booked, and by now it's like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. maybe, and I just went back to the Atlanta airport because I had an early flight the next day and just slept on the floor at the Atlanta airport for a couple hours and
Yeah.
then flew out.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so now I know if I'm going to be late, call to make sure they don't give your room away.
Yeah, that's happened to me a couple times.
Mm.
Yeah, and the ADA rooms in hotels are never ADA.
I think if you have the app, just for the record, you could just go ahead and check yourself in on the app.
Yes, that
Yeah.
is true.
You can.
Yeah. Busiest days for travel.
Day-
Let me guess.
I'm going to say
I'm
Thanksgiving.
going to say the day before
I'm
Thanksgiving.
going to say the day of.
Day of. Who travels day of on Thanksgiving?
I don't know. I'm just saying a thing.
People that
The day before is number 2.
The day after?
The day
Hold on,
of.
no,
the
hold
day
on.
of.
Hold on. Dude, nobody's flying the day of.
Dusty does to shows.
That's
No,
true.
that's Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me think about it. December 23rd
I'm going to go 25th,
or July 3rd.
July 4th.
It's not Price is Right.
Traveling on the...
Think it through, Aaron.
Okay.
January 1st.
You were close earlier.
December 24th. Christmas Eve? December 24th?
No, when he first started.
Okay. The day after Thanksgiving?
I already said that wasn't it. But
I'm going to say the day after Christmas.
if you went to
Arbor Day.
if you went to visit your family somewhere, flew somewhere on Thanksgiving, are you going to head home on Friday?
On Thanksgiving, I think.
On the Sunday after
The
Thanksgiving?
Sunday after Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That doesn't make sense.
What do you mean? You got to, the work
You go
weeks-
visit your family for Thanksgiving and stay the whole weekend?
Yeah, most families.
Oh my
They
God.
fly there.
Yeah, what are you
like
just
your
showing up for the
family.
meal and then leaving?
Gets it to go.
Taking leftovers on the plane.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm eating turkey legs in the.
Fly out that night. That's so great. Yes, that makes perfect sense to me. The work week starts on Monday. So you go, we'll get in there Wednesday.
Nobody in my family has that room for me in the house.
Well, you might not be staying at somebody's, maybe get a hotel or something.
We only stay at houses, and I don't know why. Because I can't use the bathroom or shower at
What-
any of their
Do you do Airbnbs ever on the road?
No, they're not. The amount of accessible Airbnbs, 1 in a million.
Is there not like an option on there? that you
There is, but every time it's like there are none.
Yeah.
can- yeah.
What about
So-
Ubers?
Ubers?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, my life is hard. Ubers, New York has a ton of accessible Ubers, but my chair folds up and I don't like being in the trunk in my chair.
Didn't someone break your chair in
A
that
lot.
Uber? Yeah.
I've had that happen a ton. And the fun new thing I've noticed, if I call an Uber and they see me waiting, they'll speed off.
Wow.
Wow.
So I have to have my able-bodied friends I hide.
You're like living
And
in
they-
the 90s. No
yeah.
Ubers, no Airbnb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just wheeling my way
Yeah.
down these streets.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So you posted a video not long ago of all these chairs, and these were all your chairs
Yep.
that you've gone through.
Yep.
Wow.
I travel a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like 5 or 6 chairs.
Yeah.
You put a lot of miles on.
Yeah, they're all broken, and I was like gonna try to just give them away online. I lined them up in front of my old house, and in an hour they were all gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Dusty got one.
Yeah. I get, well, you never
Dusty
know.
always
And-
grabs stuff off the side of the
Yeah.
road.
Yeah, I do grab stuff, but one man's trash is another man's treasure. That's
Hey, if they can fix it,
Yeah.
it's all you.
Did your chair got broken when you were opening for Jordan Jensen here?
Oh my God.
Did Jordan? I was told
She
that
did
Jordan
the sweetest thing.
bought you a new chair or something like that.
I had never met her. I was doing a guest spot on her show. It was so long ago. And she was late because her flight was delayed, actually. And I had done my spot, but getting out of my car to come in, the security guard accidentally somehow cut the electrical wire. So the whole chair was done. And I had a flight to Denver alone at like 6 a.m. So I'm sobbing. I'm like, what am I going to do? These are my legs, And Jordan comes in, does her set. And then she was like, are you upset? What happened? And I just told her. And she took a photo of me, got my Venmo info, put it on her story and said, hey, her chair broke. Please send money here. And within like 2 hours, I had more than enough to buy a new chair.
Wow.
That's great.
Jordan's awesome.
Yeah.
Jordan's all our friend. Jordan's
She's
great.
a real person.
Yeah, Jordan's the best.
Yeah.
Love Jordan.
That's very good. Yeah, we started kind of around the same time here in Nashville.
Yeah.
She's a little bit ahead of me. Well,
I'm just laughing because she's doing great.
yeah, she did. I meant she started ahead of me.
Oh, I thought you meant like
She's also doing better than me, but yeah. I meant like she was around when I started.
she was just in a movie.
Mm-hmm. The big one with
Will Arnett.
Well, this is not a podcast about Jordan, but
Jordan Land.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jensen News. Let's get into it.
Have y'all ever had any turbulence that like really scared you? Like, oh man, something's going on.
The
here?
one time I really felt it when I was in South America with my wife and her family, and we were flying into Argentina, and it was like, you remember thinking like, man, this would never happen in America.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'd have fixed this. It was that bad. And then you kind of look, I always look at the flight attendants and they always look so bored with whatever's happening. And that always makes me feel better. But that time in Argentina, I looked at them, I could see it in their eyes. They were like, this is not good. So that got me.
I've had some pretty uncomfortable, but never any that made me question. I mean, one of my very first flights, I did Spirit Air to New York City with a buddy. And this was way back. I was doing
Got
comedy
robbed on the plane.
Yeah, but I wasn't doing. It wasn't even about turbulence. I got beat up.
Got a buggy.
But no, it was really bad. I never flew Spirit again. It was really bad. Even a lady next to me said, I fly weekly to New York, and I've never had it this bad.
Yeah. So you think it's a Spirit thing instead of just the weather?
She flew weekly on Spirit to New York.
She didn't get into what airline she takes, but
Well, what could they be doing that Spirit that would cause more turbulence?
they got, I don't know. Maybe it's
Shocks weren't good.
Maybe you're not a good a pilot. I don't know.
Yeah.
Late for an oil change.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't
You
know.
apply, you go online, you go, what airline can I sign up for?
I was on a flight with Angela Johnson once, and she was up in first class. And let's just say I was the opposite of up in first class. Two very different parts of the plane. We come in for a landing, and I can't remember what happened. I think I heard that we came in a little too fast. So as soon as the plane hits the runway, it takes back off and circles back around.
Diverted landing, yeah.
And I was kind of freaking out, like, what just happened? And I think some other people are like, what is going on? Like, are we going to whatever? So we land, and I'm like, whew, and I get off with Angela. I'm like, man, that was crazy, huh? And she's like, what? And I'm like, what just happened with it landing? And she had her noise canceling headphones on watching a movie. Didn't even know any of this happened.
Oh,
Wow.
golly.
I'm
That's
back there
insane.
praying.
Different world up in first class. Huh?
That's
if the
insane,
plane
though.
crashed, the front of the plane's going to die. For sure.
Yeah,
right?
but she's not going to have anxiety beforehand.
Well, I'm saying it's still a small chance, but if the plane were to run into something, front of the plane's dead for sure, right? Back of the plane, you got a little bit of a chance.
It breaks
Maybe I'll
off,
give
spins
up
around.
those handicap seats.
Yeah.
Put me in the very back. Yep.
But I've had that happen, and where it lands and then goes back up. That's pretty. It's like irritating. I was like already like a little sick from stuff going on.
Yeah.
And then it does that, and I go, just land the plane.
Yeah,
land
me
it.
and Matt were flying on Southwest into Nashville, and there was just really bad weather a couple months ago, and we circled the airport a whole bunch, and I
Oh, yeah.
never felt turbulence like that. And like, I'm not a religious person, but I prayed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
There's no atheists in foxholes, as they say.
They say, right?
Yeah.
All right.
This is funny the way
That
you
was the
Yeah.
funniest you've ever done.
Okay. Well, let's talk about where we're going to be. This
Can
comes out.
I say something though first? You have a sweet tea and it says Jason B on it. And I don't think that sweet tea was for anyone here. I'm thinking Abigail picked up someone else's sweet
I'm
tea.
thinking
You're
she
right.
did as well.
Yeah.
You're right.
She grabbed Jason Bates.
Jason,
But-
maybe it's Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
Could be Jason Bateman. He's
Yeah.
still waiting on his
Sitting over there
large
at the
iced tea.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, Jason. If you're listening to this podcast, I got your sweet tea.
leave a comment.
Yeah. yeah.
So this comes out, I believe, March 11th.
Okay.
So just for your, so we promote our shows coming up. So we can pull them up if you don't remember right offhand.
I do know.
All right. Well, I'll start. March 19th through 22nd. I'm with Johnny W. and Ed Wiley in Destin, Florida, Tallahassee, Florida, Pompano Beach, Florida, Gadsden, Alabama. Come see us four nights at one of those locations.
Fiona, this is tonight.
What?
For that, you're in Columbus, Ohio tonight.
You two gave me a heart attack.
Wait, what do you mean?
You like
said
literally
it's
tonight?
Oh, Fiona, you're supposed to be in Columbus right
Oh,
now.
my Lord.
We're recording this a bit in advance. I understand that could be scary. Yeah, because you were
Yeah.
just talking about how you're excited you were to be off for like a week or so.
Yeah, I was
Hey,
like,
Fiona,
what do you mean?
Yeah.
You got a sold out show in Ohio tonight that starts in 1
This
hour.
is great though. Columbus and Toledo. I like both of those clubs.
Yeah.
I haven't been.
They're great.
I'm
Columbus.
so excited.
Columbus is a newer big club. And I love it. Toledo is not a newer club, but I still like it a lot there.
It's that arcade outside
Yeah.
and everything.
Yeah.
I've had some fun shows.
yeah.
And I love that you now go head to head with Dusty on your monthly show because Dusty's show was kind of running its course. So now it's fun to.
That's right. So once Fiona's show sells out, you go check out Dusty's.
Yeah,
It is the same night as my show.
I think it was last month too.
Yeah.
So if you're in Columbus, Ohio,
Wait, St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah. Same.
St. Patrick's?
Oh, yeah.
You guys are both dressed for it.
That's my.
Yeah.
I bought a whole outfit for it. Yeah, I'm gonna. If you're in Columbus, Ohio, I'm there tonight. That's March 11th, March 12th. I'm in Toledo, Ohio, and then back in Nashville for St. Patrick's Day, March
Love it.
17th.
Just for the record, I also have a show on March 17th, if you've been listening. So,
we're going to come to you in a minute.
Yeah.
And then,
Well, I just want to get that out
well,
there.
once the date's been set, I might as well throw it out there.
You have to decide,
and you can
me
go to
or Dusty.
Yeah. You do
FionaCauley.com to see her whole tour schedule. Fiona's all over the place. Go see her.
Don't go to Ian Cauley.
Yeah,
his
don't go
name?
to Ian Cowley, whatever
Cowley.
his name is. Aaron Weber here. Big month or two coming up for me right now. I'm going to be in Lexington, Kentucky this weekend at Comedy Off Broadway. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then at the end of the month,
It is a good
I'm heading up to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Nothing's been going on up there. And then I'm going to be at Sisyphus Brewing Company in Minneapolis at the end of the month. And in April, I'm headlining a show here at Zany's during the festival, April 17th and 18th. And then can I plug one more thing, Dusty, before? Because I know I want to mention it again because
Anything
Fiona, my wife and I, our fundraiser show that we did last year, Prader Silly, a benefit for those living with Prader-Willi syndrome, which our daughter has. Fiona performed on the show last year. It was a lot of fun. We're doing that show again in September. If you go to pradersilly.com, you can donate there or buy tickets or just learn more about the event. That'd be great. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for jumping in.
Wrap it up.
I know. I got to give it a moment. You can't follow that. I mean,
Prader-Willi's 1 in 20,000. What is Friedreich's ataxia?
She already
there's
said.
5,000 people.
But what does that equate to?
Okay. 5,000 people. There's 330,000 people in the U.S.
That's a small percentage.
Way more rare than Prader-Willi
No
syndrome.
offense.
Yeah.
I know Lucy was like, I was kind of frustrated to find out yours is more rare.
Go ahead, Dusty.
Okay, well,
Go ahead, Mr. Abled Body.
Well, I'm going to be the 12th, 13th, and 14th. I'm doing some Air Force bases in Colorado. I'll be at on my calendar.
Hold on. I mean, that's awesome, but I didn't know you were about to say that.
Yeah, well, I do.
I mean,
do
if
stuff
people
too.
don't act like you
I
regularly
do stuff too,
do
guys.
shows at Air Force Base.
Sometimes y'all go to Olive Garden. Sometimes Dusty
Yeah.
goes Air Force Base.
Yeah, but I got I'm doing 3 Colorado. My calendar right now says 2 in Colorado Springs Thursday and Friday. I don't know if it's on my public calendar. And then
Public figures. You got a new website too. Huh?
Yeah,
That's
look
a
at that.
great
Looks nice.
website.
Hot shows.
So these aren't on the website, but and then on the 14th, Aurora, Colorado.
Beautiful.
But it's 3 military bases. I'll make a better detailed video about it. But
Is that just for the Air Force Academy or is it for the public?
I think if you're a veteran of any kind, you can come to the show.
Okay.
But not the general public.
Is that why you're dressed like a veteran?
Yeah. The last time I wore this, Aaron made this joke. I haven't worn it in like 2 years.
No, I never said
He
that.
said I look like a Vietnam vet last time.
Still in Saigon.
I never felt comfortable wearing it since then.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I wasn't even thinking
It's
about it.
just an LL Bean, you know?
Yeah,
Just
it's a nice
good
shirt.
old-
It's a
Hey,
nice shirt.
people think I'm a vet too because of the chair. So I understand. Dusty and I.
But then on March 17th, I have a show. I don't think there's any other things going on that night at Zany's, but March 17th.
It's a big night.
Yeah. And then, Clearwater, Florida, Orlando, Florida, coming up after that. So.
How about it? Fiona, you're the best. Thanks so much for coming.
Thanks for being our first
This was
guest.
a lot of fun. You're the
First guest. All right.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, we haven't talked about it, but I'll just speak for it. You're welcome back anytime you want to come back on.
Hey,
How
Well,
about that?
let's do talk about it.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
you'll
Take a
figure
lot
it
of
out.
shots at me.
oh,
figure out
I'll
the
be
details.
back.
Figure out the details. We'll just block the door or something.
You remove the ramp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zanie's put up a ramp for you. Isn't that
I
awesome?
know.
That's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Pretty. No, it was a good ramp. Now it was the original
The
ramp
other
was
one,
pretty
do you
sketchy.
remember when I tilted
Yeah,
back
the
and
other
Max caught me?
Yeah.
Midair.
I
It's
don't
on
remember
video.
that.
It's
They got a
on-
good one now, though, right?
Oh, next door?
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh,
But
is it bad?
Okay.
well, it's not their fault. It's like the orientation of the stage and the door.
The stage to the green room, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's physics and
they're
gravity
doing their
and-
best.
Yeah.
And I
Oh, and
appreciate it.
March 29th, Brian Bates and Friends.
That's right.
Here at the lab.
Brian recording
Hey.
a special. Come on. A lot going on in the Nateland universe, the Public Figures universe. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been another wonderful edition of the Public Figures podcast, a Nateland Entertainment production. We miss you all. We love you. God bless. And we wish you all a pleasant evening.
Heck yeah.
I just like that you said we miss you.
I don't know why it's-
Okay.
It scared me.